to the Jeremy Hill Show live stream. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to do in this live stream, because I had so many people that requested me to do another Bible or scriptural based thing where I can point out some of the things that black women are saying, basically, right? Now, one of the things I'm definitely going to touch on is how modern day women will love to say that they are Proverbs 31 women. I'm going to debunk that. I'm going to give you scriptural evidence to show that you are not a Proverbs 31 woman. And for those of you who don't understand what that means, that normally means that a woman saying that she is such a great woman of virtue and character and great qualities and stuff like that. So we're going to use the scriptures to break that down. And I'm not no preacher, I ain't no pastor, but I do read, and I think you can read too. So I'm going to play a clip first, and then I'm going to pull up some scriptures, and I'm going to go from, no idea last time, clip, scripture, okay? And I will have a lady come on as a guest later on. So let's go ahead and get started. 1 second as I put it on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll tear it apart right now.
The thing is, most men marry women instead of wives. The Bible says that he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. And so she already needs to be a wife when you marry her. So what makes her already a wife? First of all, she should love God and love him for real, not a form of godliness, not something to impress people or to use to get back at you, throw the word of God at you. She needs to really have an authentic relationship with Christ.
Now, this is going for men. So there's men who don't believe and there's people who do believe. So I'm going to try to cover everything today. Now, of course, if you are a person who is into Christianity, quote unquote, religious, whatever, you're going to want your partner to have a higher power, meaning that they are serving something greater than themselves, right? Now, when the scripture says, whosoever find a wife find a good thing, and let me put that up there now, actually. Hold on. I'm going to come back to this later momentarily, but let's go ahead and get into this right quick. Give me a second as I pull it up. Let's get to it. I'll put on the screen right quick. I'm trying to look for the file right quick. I think this is it right here. Okay. If you can see it, yeah, there it is. All right, it says in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22, it says, whosoever findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. That's the King James Version. Now, the New King James Version says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Now, let's break this down. A wife is a position. A wife is a role. A lot of women out here are not wife material. Now, we know that God is against adultery, so when he says that he won't, whoever finds a wife, he finds a good thing, he's not talking about you finding a woman who is already married. What he is saying is simply this. You must find a woman who has the mindset of a wife, meaning that she has training. She has already been trained to serve her husband. She has already been trained to serve the children and the family. There's a difference between being educated and having training. When you're educated, you are knowledgeable most times about academic things. You get what I'm saying? But training is something that you fall back on. For example, policemen, they are trained more than they are educated. They have a small amount of education, but they have a lot of training. Even though I'm not talking about the ones who mess up and do bad things, I'm talking about as a whole. Not all cops are bad. Now, when they are in situations, they are trained to respond a certain way, because when you are trained, it becomes second nature. I box. They'll teach you and teach me how to throw that jab, how to shoulder roll, how to do all those things. You're trained. So when you are in a situation, you automatically fall back on your training. The women are not being trained on how to be a respectful woman. So whenever a woman is not getting her way, since she was not trained to respect a man, she's going to talk back to that man. She's going to be disrespectful to that man. She's not trained. And the elders are failing or have failed the younger women. This is why most women are not marriage material. Now it says, whosoever find a wife findeth a good thing. In order for you to be a good wife, you have to be a good person. A lot of women are not good people. They don't have good attitudes. You have to, and then it said you obtain favor of the Lord. So it's a blessing to find a woman like that. Now, what I want to go into with this scripture right here is a scripture that comes above that, and I'm going to find it right quick, and I want to make a real good point right quick. Give me a second right quick. I'm going to look for it. Give me a second. Okay. Proverbs, this for you Proverbs 31 women, okay? The one say I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. It says this: who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is above rubies. That's the King James Bible version. The New King James Version says, who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The New American Standard Bible version says, an excellent wife, who can find her? For her worth is far above jewels. Now, I want you to understand, for all you women who claim to be a Proverbs 31 woman, you could not be a baby mama back then and be considered to be a virtuous woman. You could not have multiple baby daddies and be considered to be a virtuous woman, because chastity was related to virginity. I know when I just said right then, I done knocked out over 90% of those women who say that shit. You hear me? A virtuous woman is a woman who don't open her legs every day. A virtuous woman is a woman who don't let so many men bust nuts in her that she have to go get abortions and terminate the pregnancies. A virtuous woman is a woman who does not use profanity and yell and scream and act like a fool in the streets. A virtuous woman is a woman who don't dress like a hoe. Everything showing. Everything so tight you can see the canal, the lips of your coochie. You can see your tramp stamp. You can see your thong. You can see your nipples. You can see the piercing that you got on your nipples. And you go to church dressed like that too, might I say. So like they say on this scripture here, who can find a virtuous woman? That's almost like saying, who can find a woman who don't got baby daddies? For her price is above rubies. Who can find a woman that don't have a lot of trauma bonds to other men? For her price is far above rubies. Who can find a good woman who don't have an attitude, who don't talk back? For her price is far above rubies. I think I'm gonna come back to that later. Let me go back to later right quick, and I'm gonna get back into these scriptures things. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm not a preacher, but I'm gonna give you the scriptures. I'm gonna go back to that later right quick, y'all. I'm gonna put some of y'all on the screen after this clip. One moment, as I put this woman up there. I have a lot to show y'all, man, so I'm gonna try to keep it short so that lady can come on today and speak to y'all. And also, before I do this, let me make sure I see this right here. 1 second, y'all. And that's, thank you, man, for the $100, man. I appreciate that, man. Good looking out, man. I thank you for being on the show and for the donation as well. Let me go ahead and get to this thing. Let's get it.
And then she needs to already know what it is to respect a man, to hold him up, to lift him up, to be there for him when he's right or wrong. She needs to love you for who you are. She doesn't need to try to change you like you're a hunk of clay after the fact. Sugar, you knew who he was when you met him, when you courted him, when you said yes to the proposal. So she needs to love you for who you are. She needs to love your family. She needs to love where you come from. Wow. She should be an honest woman, one who tells the truth. I don't think she should be an argumentative woman, a woman that always has to argue to get her point across.
There we go. Now I got a lot of scripture to show you about that. A woman who is wife material is not an argumentative woman. Okay? A woman who is a wife, who is supposed to be wife material, is not going to be a loud, talking, stubborn woman. Okay? You can disagree with a man, but you got to have enough wisdom to know how to disagree with a man. You have to know how not to disrespect them in order to get your point across. Again, the women have failed women. The older women have failed these younger women because they don't know what real love looked like. They don't know how to interact with a man because their mothers wasn't wise. Most times their mothers was independent women, slept with different men, didn't have father in the house, so they never really got to see how a wife interacts with a husband. You get what I'm saying? So you have a whole bunch of zombie, lost women right now who don't know what to do in relationships. That's why when you get a woman and you're not trying to marry her, but you want to get in a serious relationship with her, you see all types of things about her that is going against what you're trying to do. They're stubborn. They're ungrateful, unthankful. You can never do enough for some of these women now. They always want the next thing, which means that they're not appreciative of what you're doing, of what you have already provided to them. This is what men are facing right now in America. And it's a lot to do with the older women who have failed them. I don't want to be caught up in this. I got too many things to do. I got my own things to think about. She'll learn on her own. You have ruined the black community because you're lazy, because you don't like to struggle. Because raising a child is always going to have some type of struggle in it. Let's keep going.
I think she should be a good problem solver. Women think different from men. No shade. We just do. So she just needs to be able, to help him through. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's not, slighting a man. It's something about a woman and the way she handles things, right? So she needs to be able to help you handle any situation. She needs to be your best friend. She needs to keep your secrets. She needs the pillow talk to stay on the pillow and not run your name. She should never.
Exactly. The pillow talk stays on the pillow. So women should not, when they get upset, go to social media and post indirect quotes or post about the men that they're mad at. Every time a man reveals something to a woman, he does it in confidence, hoping that she don't share his secrets. Women have no control. Women are too emotional. As soon as something don't go their way and you break up or she breaks up with you, she tells your business to everybody else. If you are a gossiping woman, you are not wife material. Even, I don't have time to go all the scriptures, but you can look for yourself. Even the Bible condemns gossiping women. Even God's word calls those type of women busybodies. You're too busy in everybody else's business. You always say, I want to know the latest tea. A woman who says, I got to get the tea, ain't nothing more but a gossiping woman. And she is not wife material. Oh, I know I'm pissing some of these women off today. Like I say, good women love my show, but the musty back heifers hate it. Straight up. Let's keep going.
She needs the pillow talk to stay on the pillow and not run your name. She should never, ever, even if she's angry with you, she should never show that anger to the public or run your name down or talk about you to her family and friends or publicly, because you're going to go through things. She's not ready. And the small, simple things, she should be appreciative. She should know you. And these are things that are reciprocated, because we definitely want the same things, right, out of a husband. She should know you. She should know what you like and don't like. Those conversations need to be had way before you say I do. So you won't buy me tulips when I hate them. You'll buy me flowers that I love, right? So, and that's just the small thing, right? That's just a simple thing. She should be able to be the one woman in the world that a man can depend on when everything else is failing him. That woman.
Now, that's something we're dealing with too. Men cannot rely on these women as a rock, so to speak, or think that she's dependable, simply because these women can't wait to divorce you. They can't wait to take half your stuff. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you scriptures. Let me go get it right quick. Hold on. You see what happened to Shaq? How his wife put out them kids, said, I never really loved Shaq. I never really loved Shaq. And then she want to play that card about, oh, he committed a infidelity. Let me tell you something. If you say you never loved Shaq, that means you never loved Shaq. Infidelity or not. You saw that man on the way, you saw him as a meal ticket, and like most of these women, you go ahead and get these babies and secure a bag. That's what you did. Now hold on, I'll find another one right quick for you. I'll read this instead. Hold on. It says here, these in the Titus 2:4, it says, these older women must train the younger women to love their husbands and their children. The English Standard Version says, and so train the young women to love their husbands and children. The Barron Standard Version says, in this way they can train the young women to love their husbands and children. In the Berean Literal Bible Version, it says, so that they may train the young women to be lovers of their husbands, loving their children. And the King James Version says, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. We are not seeing women who are teaching their daughters how to love their men. If you're not teaching your daughters how to serve their brothers, how to serve that man, how to respect the man, then you are failing that woman. You are failing your daughter. You are cursing her to the same curse you got, going to be alone for the rest of your damn life, because she does not know how to interact in healthy relationships. All she knows what mama taught her: go to school, get a college degree, be successful. You don't need no man. Make it happen yourself. You're better off single. And then when it comes to the point when they get those things, they can't run from their nature. Women was designed for men. They have an innate desire to be with a man. They were created so that men can produce children with them. So when they get all these accomplishments and all these achievements, very educated, they have a whole lot of education, but no training. So when it comes to a man, they don't know how to act with a man. They want to act like they run the man because she has a higher position on her job. She want to control the relationship as if the relationship is the job that she's getting paid for. The older women have failed, okay? They have. In the black community. Now, there's some different black women in different cultural backgrounds who are still teaching that, but normally from different cultures. In our culture, black American women, can you honestly think right now, off the top of your head, of a woman that you've seen lately that you can say, she's teaching that young daughter what to do. She's really teaching her how to be a decent young lady. Let's keep going. Titus 2:5 says, this is what you're supposed to be teaching them, older lady. It said, you need to teach these women the King James Version to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. The New King James Version says, to be discreet, chaste, homemakers, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God may not be blasphemed. The New American Standard Bible Version says, to be sensible, pure, workers at home, kind, being subject to their own husbands, so that the word of God will not be dishonored. Now, check this out, man. Let's go to the King James Version. It says to be discreet. That means that you have some wisdom. That means that you have some discretion. That means that you have the ability to make good decisions. Older women are supposed to be teaching these young girls that. Chaste, chastity. These younger women are supposed to be teaching them that it's a precious thing to remain a virgin. It is a precious thing not to have a high body count. Are these women teaching them that? That's my question. Are they or not? Chastity also reflects on how you dress, how you talk, purity, virtue. It is what you have in your heart manifests on the outside. So if you think you a baddie, if you think you sexy, and you really believe that shit, you're gonna dress like that. If you believe that your body is a temple, if you believe that you should have self-respect, if you believe that you don't want to be an object of so many men's desire, then you would dress like that also. Now, when it says keepers at home, this means women supposed to have domestic skills. A woman is supposed to know how to cook. A woman should be able to know how to clean. And if a woman don't know how to cook, she's not wife material. If a woman don't know how to cook and also is unwilling to learn how to cook, she is not wife material. And when you meet a man, don't you meet that man and say, I don't know how to cook, but I am willing to learn. You are still not wife material. You have to bring something to the plate. Even if you know how to cook one thing, cook that one thing and then learn how to cook more things. Most of the other thing it says, older women supposed to be teaching them how to be good attitude, good behavior, knowing how to stay away from certain temptations. They know how to not bring reproach on themselves or people who are associated with them through their behavior. Now, here's the most important part. Obedient to their own husbands. Submission ain't nothing more but obedience. You don't want to hear that, but women are supposed to obey their husbands. They're not supposed to bargain with their husbands. They're not supposed to be partners with their husbands. They're supposed to obey their husbands. Cooperation is obedience. Submission is obedience. Following a man's lead is being obedient to his direction and authority. Now, excuse me. Now, when it says now their own husbands, that's a good point there. Because there are so many women who will do more things for other men than they will for their own husbands. They will do everything their supervisors tell them to do and don't give them no attitude. The supervisor say, look, we don't dress like that around here. Put this uniform on. You represent this company. Yes, sir, I'll do that. Flip it over. Different scenario. Husband say, don't put that on. That's too tight. It looks too revealing. You are a reflection of me and the family. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown-ass woman. Then you got women who go to these fake churches. Not all churches are fake, but some of them, many of them are fake in my humble opinion. And they would bend over backwards to do whatever the pastor say to do. Pastor say, come over here on Wednesday night. You got to stay 4 or 5 hours after you get off of work. They'll shoot right over them. Their husband say, baby, I'm hungry. You gonna cook tonight? Man, I just got off of work. I'm hungry. My feet hurt. I mean, I'm tired. I don't want to do any of that shit. You know, that stuff. So again, the Bible says to you Proverbs 31 women, okay? You hypocrites. It says, be obedient to your own husbands. Now this, I want you to see this part. It also says that the word of God be not blasphemed. When you are not a woman who is discreet, who has chastity, who is not a homemaker, who is not good, who is not obedient to your husband, you bring reproach on God. You blaspheme God. Now that's in your Bible. It's not just in mine, it's in your Bible. Proverbs 31 lady, the woman who said that I am a baddie, didn't want to turn around and say I'm wife material. It's in your Bible. Go down to the other version, said New American Standard Bible, says to be sensible, pure workers at home, kind, being subject to their own husband, so that the word of God will not be dishonored. When you act like a musty-back heifer, when you are stubborn, when you are rebellious, when you are argumentative, when you are trifling, you are dishonoring God. Now, I know some of y'all came from church today, y'all wasn't expecting to hear this shit today, but this is exactly what came out the same Bible, in the same church you went to. You know, the church where they ask for all your damn money, don't want to tell you anything about changing. That church, it's in that Bible too. Just keep going. Oh, I'm going to cook your ass today, baby. I just got to cook it like some bacon and eggs. I'm not down with you, baby. Hold on. Let me go ahead and put some of y'all on the screen. Then we're going to keep going with the thing. I missed some of y'all, you know what I mean? Missed some of y'all comment. Future King say salute. Salute to you, homie. Mr. Lawrence in the house. What's up, homie? Simon Anderson says tuned in. What's up, man? Mike so focused. They hit the like button coming in, man. I could dig it, baby, in the house. What's going on with it, homie? Mr. Lawrence in S. DJ Chaos in the house, man. What's going on, baby? Let me see. Rafter J. Rod. What's good, Mr. Hill? Ready for another week of Bible study. What's up? What's up? Spider Side in here. Women find words to justify their bad behavior. Facts, man. Let's see what else I got going on right here. Dario 25 said disrespecting God. That's what they do. Let's see. Mike so far said you already in there. Anybody I missed? Hold on. Excuse me. Can't get it on there. All right. Terminator T800 said, Mr. Hill, I heard a man called ghetto black women a bag of roaches. God, y'all think what I say is tough, huh? Ooh, nah, God damn. I ain't say that, but damn. H.M. Manello, hope I'm saying your name right, said good one. See, who else did I miss? Anybody? Damn, bro, cooking on a Sunday. E305 said that. Who else I missed? Let's see. Michael Holt in the house, man. He in the house, man. I already said Future King. See, did I miss anybody else before I keep going? 1 second. Ink Johnson said, ain't no help for BW. They are lost. Rafe is laughing his ass off. RATH. Who else I missed? Andre Benfield in the house. Army Joe in the house. Alexander Nixon in the house. Tough love this year. It's what it is. Tough love, man. I don't hate no woman, man. I don't hate no woman, man. Shit, it is coming out of love. The thing is, a lot of you women are so used to these pandering ass dudes out here telling you what you want and shit, and look at the condition you in right now. Now let me go ahead and get back to the thing, man. Put another clip up there for you. See, these women out here bragging about not wanting to be wise. Let me finish this lady up, then I'm gonna go to another clip right quick.
Depend on when everything else is failing him. That woman should be his rock. So, you know, marry you a wife and stop marrying these women who just are not ready. Ladies, you ready? Are you a wife or just a woman?
Are you a wife or are you just a mustard back heifer? That's the thing though. A lot of gentlemen, you are marrying women you are marrying women who do not have the wife mentality. Okay? A wife it goes beyond physical attraction. Being a wife goes beyond physical attraction. It is everything founded upon behavior and mindset. You see what I'm saying? It's how they think, how they perceive reality. Are they walking in reality, or are they suffering from cognitive dissonance, where they have a warped view of reality, where they think they are the prize? Any woman who thinks she's the prize, she's not wife material. I'm not pissing somebody up, but I don't care. Because that shows arrogance. That shows pride. That shows ego. A woman's supposed to have humility. Why the hell do you feel you got to exalt yourself up so high so you can make everyone else feel so little and then say that you are a wife? Huh? Let's keep going. Put another clip right quick. I want to show you some of you women where you're making mistakes at. You are being wifeys before you're married to the wrong men. And after you get your heart broken, after you get drugged through the mud, then you don't want to give good men a chance. And you feel to hear it in her story right now.
I'll never forget, this man asked me why I don't cook for him every night. So I asked him why he ain't put a ring on my finger. It's giving wifey. And
okay, I'm gonna say this right here. All right. I've heard this bullshit for too long. I heard women say, I'm not gonna cook for no man if I ain't married to him. I ain't gonna do wifey doolies and stuff. Look here. Getting married is the wrong time to find out that your wife can't cook. Okay? If that's the case, then why should every man take you out to dinner? Because when you get married to a man, he's still going to take you out to dinner during the course of your marriage. He's already demonstrating, in part, husband-like duties. So yes, there's nothing wrong with a woman cooking for you. There's nothing wrong for a woman to come to your house and cleaning neither. Every time I date a woman, I tell her, this is what I do. If she want to get serious, when she says she want to be serious with me, I tell her I want her to cook me a meal once a week. Once a week. To see what she gonna say. If she does it, it shows me that she really wants to be with me. Y'all gotta stop believing that because a woman give you coochie that she's the right one. It don't mean nothing. It's her behavior. It's how she treats you. It's how she has how she feels about her interaction between you and her. How she feel about gender roles. You get what I'm saying? Don't listen to this shit. If you're a woman and you want a man and he wants you to cook before marriage, cook. There's nothing in the Bible that says you shouldn't do that. Y'all are adding shit to scripture and saying that you are Proverbs 31 women after you say shit like this. Like, I'm not gonna cook for him. I'm not gonna do nothing like a wife for him. But you sleeping with him. You sucking them off. You letting them hit it from the back. You letting them skid in your face. You let them do all this other shit, but you draw the line at cooking? Are you serious right now? Let's keep going.
I'll never forget, this man asked me why I don't cook for him every night. So I asked him why he ain't put a ring on my finger. It's giving wifey. And you're not making me your wife. I'm not making you no meals. I'll make a meal here and there, but like, you're expecting me to make you a meal every day and I'm not your woman for real? This is what really messed it up for me. I had a boyfriend for 2 years and I had ended up getting pregnant on my second child. I want our relationship to work so bad.
You see what I'm saying? You sleeping with so many different men, becoming baby mamas, which means you're not a virtuous woman. You're not a Proverbs 31 woman if you're not a virgin. And you know that just what it is. I know everybody sleeping around, everybody having sex, everything like that, but according to scripture, you are not a woman of virtue if you out there getting knocked up by Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook, okay? Cut that shit, all right? Now, she doing all these things for the wrong man. You're too eager. I'll get to that later.
I had a boyfriend for 2 years and I had ended up getting pregnant on my second child. I wanted our relationship to work so bad. We was fighting every other day, fist fighting, all sorts of crazy stuff. I don't know why I wanted to be in love so bad with this man, and I just knew he wasn't the right one for me, but I was pregnant, so I just wanted our family to work. So he would always complain, oh, you don't cook. I'm like, dude, we don't live together. What you want me to do? Come to your mom's house and cook it? So when we finally got a place or whatever, I promise he used to complain. I used to do everything for that man. I cooked 3 times a day and I had a full-time job, cleaned all of his laundry, cleaned the house, kept everything clean, folded his clothes. When I tell you this man didn't have to do one thing, even when I moved in, I moved everything in that house by myself. Everything I paid for, everything was mine. He didn't even really help me for real. So I'm sitting up here like, but what the fool cooking him all these meals, be trying to be a good woman to him so that he can understand I am a wife and we're gonna make this family work. Y'all, oh, I found out that he was cheating on me. I done paid for him to get the Sprinter van up in Miami. He be rapping, so he had a video shoot.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Thank you for putting me on game. We got 118 people in here, 72 likes. Get my likes up before I keep going. I'm not gonna continue until we get the likes up. You know how I do. I pause the show until I get the likes up. There'll be a peeping Tom. Contribute, man. If you like the show, you've been watching for about a minute or so, man, go ahead, do your boy a favor, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. But as you can tell from what I'm showing you, and she's going to keep going with the story, man. The thing is, man, these women are doing it for Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook. And then they get drug out, get dead dirty. And then when it comes time for you to find a good man, you don't want to do that for him. See, the thing is, bad men get women at their best. At their best. This Pookie will get a woman that do all these things that this woman said right here. She'll do all, she'll cook, clean, do all this stuff, take gun charges, take drug charges, bend over backwards for that man. Bad men, Pookie, Ray Ray, they get the best out of a woman. Now, after they go through all this hardship and shit they go through, good men get the worst out of a woman. Now, the good man, we got to deal with the trauma bonds. We got to deal with the bastard children that she had with Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook. Now we got to deal with her insecurities. Now we got to deal with all her jealousies. We got to deal with all her paranoia and shit like that because, excuse me, good men tend to find women after they've been damaged and destroyed. And now they don't want to trust nobody. Now they don't believe any man is good. They can do all bad by themselves. That's because women have not been taught by their elders to have discretion or have good wisdom and discernment. You're not teaching your own daughters to find a good man, but how can you know? Because the men you fuck with ain't shit either. Straight up. A lot of you, your daughters are repeating the patterns that they see from you. Generational curses. They're not being trained. They're being educated. They're being educated on how to remain divided from men. And that's what we're dealing with today. A lot of this falls on the shoulders of the older generation. Okay? Get my likes up. Got 125, 87 likes. I'm not moving until you get that likes up. Get them likes up. I know some of y'all gonna leave because I said that. You can leave. That means you're not a part of the show. The ones who really want to hear this stuff, man, hit the likes up for me, man. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna put something on the screen while I'm waiting for that to come on. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm waiting for them lights to get up before I keep going. Women can't hold water. Let me get down here. I might miss some of y'all. Terminator. Hold on, excuse me real quick, y'all. Waiting for my lights to get up before I continue. Let Jeremy Cook say Ray J. Rod. He said, this is real, Mike One Focus said. Especially on Mother's Day. That message is deep, says Mr. One Mike. Preach Jeremy. Future King. Oh, y'all just put that up there, brother. That scripture you put up there. Get my likes up. Get me to 100 right quick. We got 95 likes, got 128 people watching. I need 5 more likes before I continue. Especially I got a lady gonna come on, and she represents, she's an advocate for men, and she was inspired by Kevin Samuels. I think you want to hear what she's gonna say. And she's gonna come on as soon as I finish this show, but you're gonna get these likes up. I ain't talking to the ones who supporting. I'm talking about the ones who actually just watching and ain't doing nothing. See, I greatly appreciate y'all's support. Black women have lost, this gentleman says. Future King. Chaos said, Yas, boss. Then go be a single ass woman, says Angie. 305. That's fucked me up. Said, yup, big hypocrite. That's right. I need one more light to get to that 100. I'm at 99 right now. Hit that thumb. Get that thumb on there. Hit that button for me, please. Okay, now we up at 102. All right, we're going to continue the show so you can hear the story. Let's get it.
This man was cheating on me on the trip. Meals cut from there on out. I will not be cooking for nobody's son no more. Period. You're dead. Folding clothes, doing laundry, you're dead. Get your mama to do it. I ain't doing it. Get somebody else to do it.
Now, do you see what I'm telling y'all, man? That's what's going on, y'all. These women, excuse me, these women don't have any common sense. They lack discernment and wisdom and understanding. They have never been trained properly on how to pick men. They haven't. A lot of women are lacking. They need validation because they never got their validation from their own fathers or their mothers in the household. So as soon as a man come along and they already weak and starving for validation, it don't take too much to get them in the sack. It don't take too much to get in their mind. Okay? Now, she did all this shit for Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook. She did it for men who did not appreciate that. When there's men out here who want women like that, and she's not a bad-looking woman. She's a pretty little woman, too. But now she got an ugly spirit, an ugly attitude, everything. She said, get your mama to cook for you. Get your mama to clean for you. After she was with a fuck-up. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You women, a lot of times, You already know what you're dealing with. You can tell by the way that man talk. You can tell by the way that man walk. You can tell by the things that you heard about this man. If you don't know, you can tell he got so many baby mamas in time, and you still choose to stay there. You still choose to be wifey to someone who's not ever planning to make you a wife. So now when a man come along, you between that man and the other man, you on some shit like, I hope I find a good man. And when he come along, you won't do the things that you should have been doing for the good man that you were doing for the bad man. So now the good man don't want your ass either except for sex. You need therapy. And most importantly, you need direction. You need training. Okay? Your people failed you. Now, there's some people out there who have not been failed. Okay? But there's a lot of the black women today have been failed. I put a lot of this blame on you older women, you 40-something-year-old women, you 50-year-old something women, you 60-something-year-old women who chose to sit on your motherfucking ass and don't do shit for these women out here. Now they suffering. Now they having all these damn babies out of wedlock. Now they struggling. And then at the same time, what are you putting out there for the young men out there? For the sons out there? What are you putting out there? Jack shit. Because you're too lazy, you're too timid, you're too scared. You're scared to say something to a girl if she's acting a certain type of way. It's not my problem. It's not, it's not my problem. No, I don't want nothing to do with that shit. You know what I mean? I'm scared of these youngsters out here. What you need to be scared of is the destruction of the entire black community, which you helped make. Stop being cowards. And if you're gonna be a mother, then understand what a fucking mother is. You don't stop being a mother once they leave the house. You start being a mother before they come out your womb, because you got to eat right. You got to be nourishing. You got to be a nurturer. It starts before they even come out your womb, because you got to eat right, sleep right, do everything you're supposed to do so that that child can come into this world safely, unharmed, and healthy. Some of you don't do that shit. Some of you could be pregnant, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, popping pills, going out in the club, twerking. I said all over social media. You in the goddamn club. Belly can reach from this wall all the way to outside. Just big, pregnant, but don't give a fuck. Out there, dressed all whorish and ratchet and shit out there while you're pregnant. You are a disgrace. That is not what mothers are supposed to be doing, man. And the thing is, too many men and women are too pussy to tell you that shit. Back in the day, prior to 1965, women did not act like you act right now. There was a stronger nuclear black family in the community back then, because somebody will keep structure. Somebody will put their foot in your ass when you got out of line. And that's what it is. You're dealing with a whole bunch of sugar-coated people out here who like to sugarcoat shit. That's the problem. Let's get back to the scripture thing. 1 second. 1 second, got more to give you. All right, let me see what else I can show you right quick. I think I hit that part. Did that one. Okay, Proverbs 31 women. As you can tell, this is another scripture coming out of Proverbs 31. It says simply, in the King James Bible, it says, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. The New King James Version says she does him good and not evil all the days of her life. It doesn't say only on days when he's not laid off. She does him good and not evil all the days of his life. Okay? The problem with you women is we can't trust you to treat us good. What is evil? Being disrespectful? What is evil? Stepping out on your husband? What is evil? When you belittle your husband? What is evil? When you don't appreciate your husband? What is evil? When you don't speak words of encouragement, life, and affirmation to your husband? What is evil? When you don't appreciate him, thank him for his guidance, acknowledge him? When you treat him as if he is invisible, that is evil. What is good? Everything that's opposite of what I just said. You women get upset, and when you get upset, you won't even give your man some coochie. And here it is, you say you want to be with him for the rest of your life. So you saying all of your sexual desire is going to be on me. That's my burden. That's my responsibility. It is your marital duty to give it up to your husband. But you try to use it as a way of manipulation to get him to do something or to get him to stop doing something. Yeah, you do. It is written that your body belongs to him and his belong to you. Excuse me. Get some water. I played that scripture before. I don't have it today, though. What else can I show you? One more and see what else I got for you. Okay, back to Proverbs 31:11. The heart of a husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. That's the King James Version. The New King James Version says, the heart of a husband safely trusts her, so he will not have lack of gain. Men feel that they are not safe with their women, especially when they have the incentive to leave men. Thanks to Ronald Reagan, he created no-fault divorce before he became president when he was just a governor. Later on, 20, 30 years later, I think it started in California, I think that's where he was governor, I'm not too sure, but he started that shit. 20 or 30 years later, you can look it up for yourself, Ronald Reagan said he made one of the biggest mistakes he ever did by creating no-fault divorce, because he started to see the ramifications of that, because women started leaving at the drop of a dime, and it wasn't because of spousal abuse or cheating. They just got tired and got bored and left. He is one of the reasons why, no matter how good a president he was, but he is one of the reasons why the nuclear family of all ethnic groups have fallen apart or fell apart. He is one of them. Look it up for yourself. He started no-fault divorce. See, back in the day, you couldn't just divorce your husband. Guess what you had to do, lady? You had to work it out. You had to struggle. You had to compromise. You had to forgive on both sides. Now, you don't have to do shit. All you got to do now is change. If it hurts a little bit, I got to go. I'm going to get somebody else. That don't work with the other guy? Oh, I don't like it. I'm going to go to somebody else. That don't work with that guy? I don't like it. I'm going to go someplace else. You leave with more babies. You leave with more stretch marks. You leave with more heartbreaks. You leave with more trauma bonds because you can't sit your ass still and work something out. Your great-grandmothers, your grandmothers, and grandfathers, they didn't always get along, but they understood that the family was bigger than them. They didn't put their own emotional feelings above the children like you do today. These women don't give a damn about their children. All they care about, I don't like what he did to me, I'm leaving and I'm taking the children. Not caring about how that's affecting the children. Now you done made your child or children another statistic. That's what you did. Now, I'm not talking about men who jump, kick you, and beat you up, and that's a very small percentile of men who do that shit. The rest of y'all just leave because you're bored. I done did many shows where women said, I just left because I was bored. I was just bored as hell. Let's keep going. Now, here we go. Ephesians chapter 5:22. It says, wives, submit to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. The New Living Translation says, for wives, this means submit to your husbands as to the Lord. Submission is obedience. You have to obey your husband. Now, if he tell you to do something stupid, of course you don't obey that. But if it's within reason, regardless of how you feel, you obey him. Your husband is the head of household. That's what that's called. He can listen to you. He can consider your ideas and your thoughts. Okay? But at the end of the day, he's supposed to have the final say. The feminist movement tell you, nah, we equal. And the simps tell you, follow the women. This worked for centuries. The patriarchy worked for centuries. And it still goes on in other countries right now. Let me tell you something, man. In some countries, you can't be a baby mama and think you ever get married again. That's only really out in America. In some cultures and countries, if you get pregnant by a man, and if he's a foreigner, you get pregnant and you have a baby and he's decided to leave you, you are not going to find a man to marry you. They don't want to mess with another man's child. That's out here in America. Okay, I think that's all the scripture I brought for today. But I got other clips, and I'll be having that lady come on the screen in a little bit. It's almost an hour. I have a lot of clips, but I'm going to try to make time for her to come on because, I don't like to sit down for too damn long. Let me go ahead and put this lady up here on the screen, a different one. And after I do that, I'm going to show you some ladies who just say fuck marriage. And I'm going to tell you, it's crazy, man. Now listen to this woman.
Let's talk about it. So if you have a woman and she's unwilling to cook and clean and do any housework, and she refused to do anything that's domestic, and she says she's a modern day woman, Well, why you need her? Well, get rid of her. Let her go. So what's the point of you having somebody who's not willing to cook, clean, and make sure the house is running smooth? So you're gonna keep a person in the house that can't cook and clean? No, you get rid of her. Find somebody else. There is somebody else out there that is willing to cook and clean for you. If she can't do it, then there's no point of having her. And if also if she let herself go and she's just lazy and don't want to do nothing, and she gain a numerous amount of weight, I think it's time for you to let her go and find somebody else. That's okay, kings. Find you somebody else.
And that's a good point, man, because that's one of the appetites that a man has. We have a visual appetite. I'm gonna put Kitty Rose. She gonna say that a little bit more. Women, when you get the man, it is still your responsibility to look attractive to that man. Okay, especially if you got a man of substance and means. You already know how it is out here. If a woman see me drive around a Mercedes Benz and you my wife, just because you my wife don't mean these women ain't gonna try to throw me some ass. You got to keep my lust focused on you. You get what I'm saying? You got to be attractive. You got to do things in the bedroom that I'm asking you to do. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I don't do that. I don't feel like it and shit. Okay, Keisha down the road want to do it. I don't got to deal with that shit with you. You know what I'm saying? So you have a responsibility, lady. And again, you have not been trained. You're not trained. And you run around saying you wife material. Here we go. Let's play this right here.
I remember my grandfather telling me, God rest his soul, before he passed away, that men have 4 different appetites that you have to tend to. He said, men are not complicated. He said, I'm just going to break it down to you. He told me, he said, men have a physical appetite, a visual appetite, a sexual appetite, and an emotional appetite. And for a minute, I really didn't understand it when I was younger, but as I got older, it really started to click. It always stayed with me. He said, physically, you need to make sure that you know how to cook. And if you don't know how to cook, then find out how to cook. And if you can't, then at least have a meal on the stove or in the stove. By the time he get there, that's warm, especially if that man is taking care of the household. He said, it don't take a lot of work. He said, it don't. And I watched my grandmother do it. I watched her do it, so I know that I'm capable. He said, a visual appetite. He said, keep yourself up. He said, if you're the only woman that this man is going to be with, at least keep yourself up. He said, because men still need to be stimulated visually, so that way they can crave you. He said, and yeah, he said, love will still be there. He said, and although your looks will fade, you the one woman that he wants to look at. Give him something, excite him, make him imagine something, tease him, right? And then there's a sexual. My grandfather told me, he said that, yes, visually you can stimulate a man. He said, but don't forget that men are sexual in nature. He said, and so they're going to want to do what they want to do to their woman. You're the only woman that he's sleeping with. You're the only woman that he desired. Take some time out of y'all day. He said, look, if y'all got to share the responsibilities, share the responsibilities. You both do things in the house, so that way when the kids are down, y'all both can bathe and oil each other down and do what y'all need to do. He said, that's going to help y'all connect. And then last one, he said, men do have an emotional appetite. He said, all men want to feel is appreciated, understood, heard. That's it. He said, just listen to him. You don't got to talk much. Just listen. He always told me that men are not that complicated. He's absolutely right.
And she told the truth. Will Mallory, what's up, man? In the house today. I'm putting another thing on the thing. Get my likes up. I'm gonna play another clip with the likes end up. I'm gonna pause the show again. I got a lot to show you. What's up, Matt Hugh? I see you in the house. Circus man. I don't have the circus music no more, man. I might do something different next time, brother. Let's see. Salute. What's up, the ruthless, heartless revelator? What's going on? Let's see. I got you, big homie. The show. I see you, baby. Sheldon in here, man. Sheldon said, keep that. Peter paid for Paul, right? Mr. Hill, I heard of a cat run away from home to get away from a woman. Damn, that shit that bad out here? Get my likes up, y'all, before I pause the show. I'm putting people on the screen right now. I'm going to put another clip up right quick, though. Bro got a good format. The black man's resurrection is in progress. Thank you, man, Robert Mustafa Muhammad. I greatly appreciate what you just said, homie. If y'all still want me to keep doing this with the scriptures, man, on Sundays, man, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat, man. I only did this because y'all said y'all want to do this again, man, after the first one I did. So if you want me to do another one after this one with the scriptures again, man, put a 1 in the chat for me, and I'll get that going. See. New subscriber, you heard, going to listen on topic and what the host provide to the channel. Salute. Kid Frankie said. Okay, let me go and get to another Get my likes up, man. I'm gonna play another thing right quick though. Another clip. Now what I'm gonna do is something I hardly ever do. I'm gonna show you. No, I ain't gonna say I hardly ever do it. I'm gonna show you women out there what it's supposed to look like when you are in a healthy relationship. Peep it.
My favorite way for him is on bread. So you want me to make you a sandwich?
Fix you first, then you can make your sandwich.
Yeah,
It's
come
gonna
in
be
good.
good.
Come in the camera
And say hi.
This is the love of my life. Hear that crunch? That's from the peppers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
Need a little spice for hold still. Oh yeah, it tastes right now.
Very cute.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's good?
Mm-hmm. While you had a little sandwich, and I might as well have some nice tea and chips to go with it.
You want me to make that for you? I promised God I was going to see about you. So, here comes the sandwich.
Okay, I'm gonna go just sit down there.
How many of you said, oh, but I'm gonna tell you something. That's how it's supposed to be. That woman was trained in how to take care of her husband. She was sweet. She wasn't argumentative. She didn't have a fucking attitude and shit. You know what I mean? She was real nice. Now what happened? I want you to pay attention. She was sweet to him, and when she invested that goodness, that sweetness into him, he returned it back. It was cute to let me give you a kiss and all the other shit, but that's how it's supposed to go. Those people was married for then they're 30, 40 years, what you're looking at right now. She was taught how to respect the man. She was trained how to respect the man. She was trained on how to be a wife. That's how a wife looks. That's how a wife acts. And that's why marriages last longer back then, because these women was trained. They listened. Their head wasn't as hard as a brick like y'all are. You women now, your head is harder than a cedar block right now. You don't want to hear this. I can't tell it to you real sweet and nice. It don't work. Sometimes you got to get on your ass hard for you to understand where you messing up at. That's the purpose of boot camp. When you go to boot camp, they gonna say, hey, I want you to run over here. I want you to run over there. Hey, well, you had to put your equipment on. I want you to get ready for the whole program. No, they say, get your ass up and run your ass down. That's what they tell you. They break you down and then they build you up. So I'm trying to break you down and build you up into what you think you're supposed to be as a Proverbs 31 woman. This is what it is. What you saw, that's what it is. Okay? You want to have a long-lasting marriage? That's what you do. And like the other lady, stop wasting your good efforts on bad men so you won't think that all men are bad. You need some damn discernment. Get my likes up. I'm going to play one more clip, and then I'm going to pause it because my likes ain't catching up to that. Now, I'm going to show you a woman. Man, this is the problem right here. Let me find it right. You got women who brag about don't want to be married and stuff because they too selfish and stuff. I'm trying to find that lady right now. Oh, hard head, must have back help. There she is. Check her out, y'all. Check her out.
So I'm probably gonna fuck around and make a whole series how I am not marriage material. And this whole Keke Palmer situation has confirmed that to me. Okay? Because I'm gonna do whatever I want. Say whatever I want, wear whatever I want, be with whoever I want, dance with Usher if I want to. All bets is off. All bets is off. I'm not explaining myself. I'm not asking for permission to do nothing. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. If I want to wear something, I'm going to wear it.
And that's the fucking problem. You're rebellious. You want to do everything, but then you want to complain. You don't want to see other women happy because you too goddamn self-absorbed. Do what the fuck you want and leave these other women alone. Leave them alone. Let them live their lives. These women poison the minds of other women. Shout out to the Stacey Prince, the real Stacey Prince, man. Check out his show. You know what I mean? I check him out, follow him and shit like that, man. He do some pretty good shit, man. He talk about some of the same things I talk about, man. Thank for the $10, Mr. Stacey Prince. If you want to join the show today, man, you're more than welcome, man. I'm gonna have a lady come on, man. Maybe you can provide some of your good intellect and your insight, brother. Let me get back to the show, y'all.
I'm not about to think about you. I'm going to think about me. Because this is my life. This is why I'm not marriage material. Pick somebody else. Marry somebody else. Okay? Oh, no.
I tell you what, I'm glad at least you can admit that shit, because a lot of you women cannot admit that you're not marriage material because you think you're everything to everybody. Now, I want y'all to see this shit, man. That's how women are thinking. Now, let me go I'm going to show you some more women who talk just as stupid. Let's go.
And another thing, when I post videos that I'm happy to be single and that I don't want to have to, look after a man and cook and clean for him, every so often somebody will comment and say, yeah, I agree with you. But if I meet a man and I can stay home, I'm not gonna mind cooking and cleaning for him. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say I don't have that gene in me. Because when I say I don't want to do the cooking and cleaning, I mean that across the board.
It's not a gene, man. She don't have that gene in her. She don't have that humility in her. She don't have the ability to cooperate with a man. She don't have the ability to obey a man. Why don't y'all man up and tell these women they supposed to obey the man? Just like men are supposed to obey God, women are supposed to obey the man in God. God first, man next. You're supposed to obey that. You're supposed to obey a good man, okay? That's the problem. I'm not scared to tell you. It's not just submission. Submission is nothing but obedience. Why are we so scared to tell these women that you have to obey? I'm not. And I done told women that I dealt with, you're going to have to obey me. And what the fuck? They be like, what the fuck? What you mean obey me? I tell them, I explain it. I'm going to tell you something. Either it's going to go my way or it's going to go away. I don't play that shit. I am not here to be the option, the best option for a woman. I am here to be the ultimatum. A lot of dating coaches tell your ass to get your shit together, be the best version of yourself so you can be the option for a woman. Don't you ever put yourself in a position where you have to be the option to any woman, to where you're at her mercy and you hope that she picks you. You are supposed to be the ultimatum. In other words, you take it or leave it. This is my program. This is the direction I got planned and plotted for my life. I've been doing good by myself and I'm reaching my goals. All I need for you is to add to it. Either you can get with it or get lost. That's what it is. That's the ultimatum. It's not being controlling. Women who are uncontrollable call that controlling. That is leadership. Okay? That's being a man. That's a man with balls. Now, if I don't have balls to set order in the house, how can I have the balls to protect you when something happens to you? How can I have the balls to sacrifice what I need to sacrifice for the family if I'm scared of my woman? A lot of men are afraid of their women. With all this shit going on, you can be scared on the job because machinery may fall on you, crush you to death. You can be afraid that you get shot in the street randomly. You can have all these other things to fear. So why the fuck are you fearing your woman? There's a lot of men that are afraid that their woman will leave them. Let her go. If she's for you, she'll stay there. If she's not for you, she'll go. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no in between. All you can do is not rescue women. You cannot change women. But all you can do is work with women who wants to work with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of you want to change women. When men tell women this shit on podcasts, this is how we feel, this is the statistics, this is the numbers, this is what we see, this is what we feel, we're not trying to change you. We're putting information out there hoping you will change yourselves because you have to be inspired to change on your own. We're just putting it out there. We are vetting, we are frustrated, and we're putting the truth out there. Now it's up to you to change. And I don't give a fuck if you do or not. It's your loss. Because there's going to be another woman out there who's going to respect and appreciate men like myself. And that's the mentality all of you have to have out there, gentlemen. You got to stop following behind these women. You letting these women have too much power. You're letting women control you through lust or through emotion. You have to master your lust. You have to master your emotion. Once you have perfect mastery of your lust, a woman cannot manipulate you using sex. Once you have perfect mastery of your heart, a woman cannot manipulate you through emotion. Not saying that she can't trick you, because there's some slick women. But if you master your heart and your lust, women can't get shit out of you. They can't break your pockets. They can't lead you astray. They can't make you look like a fool in front of everybody in the damn community because you have mastered your lust and mastered your heart. Keep going.
For no man. And if he is financially well endowed and I don't have to work, then we will order food. We will hire someone to do those tasks for us. I will be auditioning. I will be making content. I will be traveling. I will be shopping, but I will not be cooking and cleaning. So when I say I don't want to do those things, there are no disclaimers. There is no, well, if the gene is not in my body. And y'all know, my OG followers, my people, my tribe know how much I love and adore Jamie Foxx. Not even for him. Nope, not even for him. Jamie Foxx could see me on TikTok or Instagram and find me and be like, hey girl, I think you're fine, you're funny, let's be together. The only thing is I just want a woman who will cook and clean for me and take care of me. And I'd be like, Jamie, oh my God, you are so fucking fine. But I'm gonna have to pass, my guy.
That woman ain't shit, bro. You hear what she said? That woman just told you that a multi-millionaire is not enough. A man who makes multi-millions of dollars, she is so lazy, so trifling, that she still won't cook and clean for a man who makes millions of dollars who will be interested in her. Laziness, self-absorption. All right, get my likes up. 182, 150 likes, not acceptable. Get my likes up before I continue the show. I'm gonna put some of y'all in the screen right quick. Deborah, if you're there, just give me a little bit longer, and I'm gonna put you on the show. I'm gonna give you the link for you to join the show. Also, Mr. Lawrence, thank you, man, for the cash up, man. Came to my phone, man, earlier, man. $20, man. I greatly appreciate it, brother. Okay, I see y'all want some more of the scripture based. Okay. Damn, it's a lot of y'all want me to do some more scripture based live streams. Okay, cool, no problem, man. I got you. The real deal, yes, says keep going. Get my likes up, y'all, before I continue. Let's get it. Harley Quinn podcast. What's going on now? Let's see, Kill Them All. Yeah, that's a hell of a name right there. Kill Them All. Church. I'm just putting up there. Get my likes up. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, okay. I hear y'all, man. I see the number ones y'all throwing up in there, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some more scripture-based live streams on Sundays and stuff like that. Damn, there's a lot of y'all want me to keep doing this. Okay, cool, no problem. Let's see, that's how it's supposed to be. Get my likes up. Let's see. A rebellious woman will always be alone, said Mr. Lawrence. That's facts, man. E305 said vetting and discernment. That's right. Excellent content. Enjoying Black Man's Resurrection Sunday. Joseph Bailiff says, appreciate that, man. Right. What's up now? Stubborn. I heard you say it, baby. Buy your cat now, Tom. What's up, man? What's up, Tom? Classic MBH. Get my likes up. I'm still looking. This is the face of a mustard back heifer. Real talk. The real Stacy Prince in there. He said, it wouldn't be so bad if it was only her life she was destroying, but we know she shot monsters out of. Yo, he be funny, man. He be funny, dude. I like him though. But we know she shot monsters out of her for JJ that are going to replicate her behavior throughout society. 100%, 1,000,000% facts, baby. He just told you the truth, man. Deborah, are you there? Or do I have to call you and shit? Because I know I'm going a little bit longer than I thought I would. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can call this lady and see if she's going to come to the show. Hold on right quick. But she says she's an advocate for men. And I'm going to put on the show. I'm going to put on 2 more clips just to make sure she is available. 1 second, y'all. I'm call her right quick. Meanwhile, I'll put y'all on the screen. Get my likes up. It's ringing, ringing, ringing. Hey, Deborah. Okay, I didn't see that. I'm just going down the comments. So, like, I'm gonna get at you. Give me a few more minutes or something to do some more clips. All right. All right. I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, bye. All right, y'all. That was her. She gonna be on the show. I gotta finish the game right quick. Sheldon Lehman, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I mean super sticker, man. I appreciate that. Let's get back and play a couple more clips. I'm gonna let this lady get on here. We'll be looking at her for the likes and stuff. 167. I'll go ahead and do another one, but y'all get them likes up. I'm talking to you peeping Tom, motherfucker. Be looking, don't want to say shit. Hold on, right quick. What can I do? Next one. I want to show you this one. Let's get it.
As of lately, I started to notice, like, I don't want to call it a trend, but like a trend of Black women coming out and publicly saying that they don't desire marriage. But my take on it is that it's not that we don't desire marriage or that we don't want to get married. It's more so that we're not being offered or the opportunity is not being presented to us. And so as a defense mechanism, we're saying that we don't want that. So why are you staying in this long-term relationship with a man if marriage isn't the ultimate goal? Why would you continue to invest and settle for something that ultimately doesn't make you happy?
Exactly. A lot of you women are to blame because you are choosing to stay with Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook, and the evidence is in front of you every fucking day. The shit ain't going nowhere. Here it is, you're in a relationship for 10 years, 12 years, 13 years. You don't even have goddamn babes and shit. You done got him moved into your apartment and shit like that. And then after he done drained your soul and you give everything you got to that man, now you hate all men. Then when a good man come along, he ain't shit either. All because you made a damn decision to be with a fool because you are a fool. Keep going.
Why are you staying in this long-term relationship with a man if marriage isn't the ultimate goal? Why would you continue to invest and settle for something that ultimately doesn't make you happy? I would never say that wives don't get the same treatment as girlfriends, because to me, ultimately, it is just a piece of paper in so many ways. I think the most important thing to note, getting married is probably one of the fastest ways to accumulate wealth. It's a piece of paper, it is, but it's a piece of paper that means a lot to a lot of people. And it should mean a lot to you, especially if you're willing to carry a child in your womb for a man.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play that clip of them old folks again, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat. Now, what I'm gonna do, gentlemen, I'm gonna give this woman an opportunity to speak for about 20, 30 minutes. If anybody else wants to join, you're gonna have to wait till after she finished, because she wants to she says she's an advocate for me. I want to see what she's talking about. Seems like she's pretty cool and everything like that. Let her speak. And I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity. If you want to question her, you can question her and stuff like that. She said she's ready for it. So let me play this clip one more last time. Then I'm gonna put the link in there, and we're gonna do it. 1 second. Yeah. I begged it. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't know what that was. All right, here we go. Let's play it.
My favorite way for him is on bread. So you want me to make you a sandwich?
Taste it first, then you can make your sandwich.
Yeah, it's come in. You gotta come in the camera and say hi. This is the love of my life. Hear that crunch? That's from the peppers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
Need a little spice for hold still. Oh yeah, it tastes right now.
Very cute.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. While you had a little sandwich, and I might as well have some nice tea and chips to go with it.
You want me to make that for you? I promised God I was gonna see about you. So here comes the sandwich.
Okay, I'm gonna go just sit down there.
You know, many might come behind this today and say they don't make them like this anymore, but I beg to differ. I don't agree. They're always like this, but you got to be willing to take the proper time to not rush and properly vet a person, because people lie and they try to speed up things as fast as possible to take off their mask when they finally got you. But if a person loves you, they love you. And it's going to look a lot like this. These two are very cute, and I love to see things like this.
Okay, there it is. All right. Now, Miss Deborah, I just put the link in the thing. Click that link and you'll come on. Let me I'm gonna put in there one more time. All you gotta do is click the link, you'll come into the show. All right. Waiting on you to click the link. Give her some time, y'all. And turn the music a little bit while we wait for her to click the link. She's watching the show right now. Text her. One second, y'all. Just click the link that's in the live chat. Yeah, I just hit the text message. There she go. I think. You got to cam up. Let me see your face. I don't know who Smoking Joe Crazy is. You're welcome to join the show too, but I'm waiting for this lady to come on to the show. How you doing, Smoking Joe? Good to see you, brother, man. I'm waiting for this lady. I just got off the phone with her. I'm gonna give her a second or two since you click the thing. You might got cold feet. So I'll start adding everybody else in. Hold on. The music dropped out. Something happened with the music right quick too. I don't know what's going on. Let me see what's up. Can y'all hear the music? Put a 1 if you can hear the music right now. If not, I don't know what just happened. The music just dropped. Like just stopped. You can hear the music? Oh, it must be on my end then. Interesting. What the fuck? Yeah, I guess she done backed out. Let me before I go any further, I'm gonna put everybody else on the show. I just talked to her too. Guess what, y'all? You know how I be saying mustard back heifers? Let me show you something. I had to pay my trademark lawyer, man. I done trademarked that mustard back heifer. Okay, so like if anybody take that shit, I'm gonna sue your ass. So I'm gonna be putting some merchandise together. They're gonna be shirts. I'm gonna show you an example of a prototype. This is not it, it's just a prototype. I want to see what it's gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna look like that. I'm gonna have designs and shit like that. Just to see how it would look on a gangster black shirt. So I'm gonna be doing some shirts and stuff. I'm gonna make some panties too for you brides, and they're gonna say something funny like, "This don't smell like no mustard back heifer." In a way. All right, so she ain't coming on, man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add you to the screen, Smoking Joe. Let's get it. And one mic.
What up? What's going on? Yeah.
I can't hear y'all. What's the hell? Hold on, man. I can't hear nothing. Hold on. Something happened to the sound on my end. It's not y'all. 1 second, dog. Let me see what's going on because I can't hear nothing. Let me see. Let me go to the settings real quick. Give me a moment, y'all. I gotta see what's going on. I don't hear no music. I don't hear nothing. Y'all there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm here. I can hear you, and I can hear.
On my end, I can't hear none of y'all right now. Hold on. It be like that sometimes, man. Some kind of technical difficulties and some shit. Hold on. God damn. 1 2 1 2. Hold on. Give me a moment, y'all. I gotta set things straight right quick. One, two, two. 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Okay. I heard that. Hello. Anybody say something?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now, man. I just having something was going on with my audio, man. Okay, then yeah, how y'all doing today, man? I guess the lady she backed out. So what's going on with it, man?
This episode, they should archive this and put it in the Library of Congress. You were spitting straight from the Survivor Scrolls, bro. This is an all-time great right here.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. And the way how, there's a lot of truth to it. So, a lot of people that are dishonest, that ain't following the path and the ways of God, man, they don't get the message, and they never will. And they're going to end up, coming across different forms of adversity coming their way because that is their own karma for failing at life, period. You know, we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, and for the ones that do receive the knowledge are supposed to accept it. If they fail to accept it, then they will forever be in suffrage, period.
For sure, real talk, man, real talk.
I got
What's
some
the
scripts. I have some scriptures here, Mr. Hill, that that explains female nature.
Okay, let's get some.
Yeah, I'm looking for. Well, here's one I have right here. It's Proverbs chapter 30, verse 20. It says, "Such is the way of an adulterous woman; she eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness." There. Here's another one. Esdras chapter 4, verse 26 and 27. Yea, many there may be. I'm sorry. Yea, many there be that have run. I'm sorry.
Oh, is that the ones that like many have lost their wits behind a woman?
Yes, many have perished and have erred and sinned for woman. That's what it says. It says that men have run out of their wits for women and have become servants for their sakes. We already went over Proverbs 31:3. It says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to thy which destroyeth kings."
That's true. Hold on 1 second. One second. DN, that's the lady. She says she having a problem with her computer. All right.
Okay.
Just keep trying, lady. And I'll still let you on the show. Just keep trying. If you can't come on today, you just can't come on today. But keep trying. All right, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off like that.
No, you're good. You're good. It's perplexing to me that some of the biggest truth tellers are often the most excoriated when it comes to dealing with these women. Now, these are the same kind of women. Well, let me preface this by using a quote from Malcolm X. Malcolm X said, "A nation cannot rise any higher than who? Their women," right? So these same women are claiming that they're the most disrespected. They're the most, let's say disrespected, right? But yet they're going out of their way to be disrespectful, not only to themselves, to their children, to their families, but also the community as an aggregate. And then you have men pushing back and saying that, listen, we can't become better people because people are looking at how you're acting, and they're telling us that we have to accept it because it's quote unquote part of our culture.
Yes, thank you for saying it. Keep going. I'm glad you said that. You said something that's real paramount because they associate their behavior with Black culture.
Yes.
Keep going. Keep going.
Do you realize that those shows that highlight the debauchery and some of the most heinous things, but in the Black community, are often produced by white Hollywood? Basketball Wives, the Real Housewives, Bad Girls Club, even the show Girlfriends. You remember that show back in the day? Who was that produced by? It was produced by Kelsey Grammer. They don't hang around Black people like that, but that strong, independent trope that women seem to go so hard for, it shows that they're not strong and independent. But we have this narrative nowadays where, when you're talking to a woman, yes means no, fat is skinny, love is struggle love is indicative of love, acting acting slutty is empowerment. I'm bothered but unbothered at the same time. You don't really know who you're dealing with when men are dealing with women. So men are saying that, listen, I'd rather be by myself than to deal with the fool. But having preferences now and having critical thinking is often looked at as being discriminatory towards Black women. And it's funny because I was just on another panel and I was talking about this. Women act like they're infallible to nature. They act like they're impervious to nature. They act like they're not human sometimes. And, it comes to a point where they're so arrogant where you can't even question them. And women, there is no other demographic in the church more than a woman. But my question to that is, how can you say that you love God or worship God when you think you are God? Because you can't question him.
Woo! That's fire right there. That's fire like a motherfucker, man. That was fire what you said. Cause like, if she think, yeah, that's dope, bro. And another thing I like to add to what you just said, how can you say you love God when you hate the thing that has the damn image of God? You remember God made man in his image, remember? A man of God. You know what I'm trying to say right here. So how can you hate that? You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back to you. I gotta go to you know how I go, man. I gotta go to Chaos right quick, man. Go DJ Chaos. What's up, brother, man?
What's happening, fellas? God
What's up,
bless
bro?
all you guys, you know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day or happy Mammy's Day to all the lousy bitches out there. But anyway, how y'all guys doing tonight? Bro, you already know how I come. But anyway, that's some real talk what the brother just said, you know, because I used to always say to myself, I said, you know, y'all say y'all don't need a man, but from scripture, it says God said that y'all do need a man. Because that's the only way life comes to you know what I mean? That's how life begins, you know what I'm saying, with man and woman, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no damn man ain't impregnating himself, and a woman can't impregnate herself. So, I mean, it's something, you know, you basically is hypocritical on the things that y'all say. Because women always say, you know, I don't need no man. I don't need nobody to teach my kids to do this. I can do this all by myself. But you see what's going on in society. You go to New York, Chicago, LA, Memphis, especially Memphis. Oh, God, they the worst of the worst right now. When you come down to crime, I mean, the young folks down there killing each other wholesale. And I ain't never thought Memphis would get that bad, bro. For real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because them young boys, they just walking around, they just literally saying, you know what? If we want to go and shoot a motherfucker tonight, we going to go shoot a motherfucker tonight. Ain't nobody going to stop us. The damn PD out there, they scared of the goddamn young folks. I don't understand that yet. They soon as they see them guys full of gun now, they take off and go the other way. They turn their lights off and go the other way. They're like, I ain't fuck with them little niggas. No. But, you know, like I say, you know, women, y'all got to understand, y'all do need us. It'll manifest for a man to be in a woman's life. Other than that, it would never, you know, we wouldn't even be on this planet. Straight up like that. You know?
Shit. One mic, you got something you want to add to that, brother?
Man, that's deep, man. From the fellas on the panel, Jeremy, man, I don't know what to say, man. The shit is real in the field. You know, a lot of chicks are saying, well, I'm independent. No, you're not, shorty, you weak. Because every time you turn around, some shit go down, who the first person you call? You call a man to handle that dumb shit. And when you call a man to get the job done. You know, I've seen women struggle, say, oh, I don't need a man. And I'd be like, shit, you got a flat tire? Yeah, but, you know, ain't no man could tell me what to do. All right, shit, well, you know what I'm saying? Get in your glove box, grab that fucking, you know, instruction manual, hit your little YouTube or whatever you do, and try to figure out how to change that fucking tire. When you open up that trunk, see a whole bunch of garbage in it, you know, from her not doing her laundry. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. You said you got a whole bunch of laundry in your trunk, right? You know, you put it in the washing machine, or the washing machine broke. I said, oh, I guess you don't need a man to fix that shit too then. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, you got to really watch what you say when you go to say it, because, you know, your so-called strong and independence will end up being your own ignorance, and at the same time following behind that shit is your own demise, your own goddamn demise. You know, ignorance and pride is the easiest way to get you tripped up, have you fall flat on your face. And then, you know, only then you'll know how it feels. And a lot of men are opting out. And I'm going to say this real quick. A lot of men are opting out, ladies. You know, if you keep that shit up, you know, you're going to find out there's not going to be any men. You know, I walk past women all day in the grocery store and shit. They be looking, you know, trying to talk to a man. And one chick was like, oh, so you're just going to ignore me? I didn't even know she was talking to me because I just ignored her ass. You know, that's how bad it's getting. You know, you don't want to talk to a chick next, you know, she said, oh, you're an idiot, or you're an ass, or, you know, holding the doors for people. You know, it's gotten really that bad out there. And I yield.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're right, man. It's terrible out there, man. I feel the same way, man. I just see women now. I hate to say it like this, but most people like I talk to them, you know, rock off like that, keep it with them like that, but I don't really want to let my roots down with them. Like I was talking about today, they don't have the wife mentality. They want that treatment. They want their husband treatment, but they don't want the husband. You get what I'm saying? They want you to do all the shit a husband's supposed to do, but they don't want to commit to him like a wife would to a husband. So, like, I still say a lot of this fall back on older women, because even in the scriptures, man, they talk about how the older women are supposed to teach the younger women certain things. So that means that women are supposed to teach women a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad enough that we teach men shit, and we're supposed to be responsible in God when we got everybody. We're a leader of everybody. But there's certain things that a woman can only teach a woman, like there's only certain things a man can teach a boy. You know what I mean? So they have to. No, here she come, man. 1 second, man. I'm gonna put on the screen. Everybody, stay put. I'm gonna put Miss Deborah on here. This lady I was telling you about. She's supposed to be an advocate for men. So before y'all question, let her say a little speech for about 20 minutes, okay? Let's get started. Hey, Deborah, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, do me a favor before we go any further. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody
Well,
what you
I think I
represent.
need to turn something off because I hear something going on in the background.
Yeah, you might have to cut something off. Everybody mute your stuff and just leave her mic on for a minute. And yeah. So what I'm gonna need you to do, Deborah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and introduce who you are, what you represent.
Yes.
And go for it.
Okay.
Take your time. Are you there? I can see you.
Hi, I'm Deborah Douglas, but I'm also known as Deanne Divan because I created this alter ego because I was inspired by Kevin Samuels for an older Black woman to guide and direct modern women. I heard him say that one day after a show he did. And I thought about it and I said, well, you know what? I'm your woman. I have some ideas for girls between 7 and 18.
Okay. So let me ask
Why
you
is
some
that
questions.
repeating?
That means that you got something on. There's an echo or something like that. I don't know why you hearing it because we don't hear it on our side. I don't hear the echo. So it's something over there. You have to turn something off.
She has a YouTube and she's in the live, so I guess that must be creating like a double matrix.
I'm playing at the same time. Just cut your YouTube off and just leave the StreamYards on.
Okay, thanks. Turn the YouTube on and keep your StreamYard on.
So I should cut the YouTube off?
Yes. 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 Can you hear now without no echo? Yeah, you have to turn off the YouTube. That's what people are saying in the chat too. Yeah, turn off your YouTube and keep your StreamYard on.
Okay.
Are you still hearing echo?
I don't hear it. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine. Everybody can hear you just fine. Go ahead and say what you said. Introduce. Wait.
I'm sorry, you guys.
It's okay. It's okay. It's cool. Just introduce who you are. Say everything you just said again, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay.
I'm Deanne Divan, and I was inspired. I was inspired to do this. No.
Are you reading something? Did you write a script? Just speak from the heart, man.
Well, it says I'm in the show, but then there's another little camera down here of me, and I don't know if I should click on it or what.
All right. Deborah, don't worry about the little camera. It's gonna show you.
Okay.
We can see you. We can see you. We can hear you. So that's all you got to worry about. Just say
No,
what
who
you got
keeps
to say.
asking me about a script? No.
Okay, I thought you were reading how you were sounding. So that's cool. Now just say what you got to say. Introduce yourself, and I'm gonna ask you some questions.
I'm Deborah Douglas. Okay.
Okay. All right. This lady was inspired by Kevin Samuel. She says she'll advocate for men.
Okay. Yeah. And I have a lot of ideas. I want to advocate for men because I think my brothers have such a hard way to go. And I have a lot of advice and some ideas for modern women because I think they need.
Okay, let me ask you some questions. We're gonna get right into it. Get straight to the point here. I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about how Black women was aborting Black boys at a high rate and have no care about that? How do you feel about that situation when they were just running around bragging about deleting black boys and you should get rid of black boys and black babies. How do you feel about that? Tell me your point of view on that. Are you having
Are you still
problems?
there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. I'm
Can
here.
you
Did
hear
you?
me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I could hear you, but I
Okay, ma'am.
can't hear myself. But it seems to be working right. So
Okay, let me stop. Let me tell you.
okay.
We can hear you just fine. We see you just fine. We hear you just fine. Okay.
Okay, good.
Well, okay. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. You probably didn't hear
Okay,
that.
go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. The question is, how do you feel about how black women was bragging about deleting black babies, having abortions for young men because there was women that was proud and happy about that fact. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I have so many opinions about our black abortion rate and why we tend to. I feel like as women, we need to stop putting ourselves in situations where we need to abort a child. And a lot of black women are using it as a form of birth control, which is so damaging. And I think there's a correlation between our black abortion rate and our obesity rate, because I know women who've had 2, 3, 4 abortions and are using it as a form of birth control. And it does something to you. I've had one. When I was 17, I was pressured into aborting a child. I didn't want to abort, and it does something to you. It has an impact on it's like a hole in your soul. And so somebody's knocking at my door. But anyway, it's not good. It's not good. Can you hold on just a second? I'm so sorry.
All right, man.
I hear somebody knocking at my door. Hold on just 1 second. Hold on.
All right, go ahead and do that, man. But shit, I wasn't expecting this, y'all. But it's all good though. But she's going the right direction. I think she's nervous. I think she's nervous, bro. But it's cool.
Need to send the tech over there, you know. She'll do fine. She's doing good. She's doing good. She's got to use some technology.
One of my daughter sent me some flowers for Mother's Day.
That's sweet.
Somebody sent me flowers for Mother's Day. It's from my daughter, my youngest daughter.
All right, that's what's up. That's great. Let's get back to what we're talking about now. About how you feeling.
Let's get back to it. So now, where were we? Anyway, I do think that the hypersexuality and so much of what I see modern women doing nowadays, it really saddens me, because a lot of women feel like they can behave as a man behaves sexually. And I see so many young women bragging about their body counts, and you know, and they're bragging about having 2,000 body count. And I just heard a woman yesterday saying she's had 30,000 plus men sexually in her life, and she's an OnlyFans. And I'm like, I'm appalled. It's like nobody's embarrassed or ashamed, or I want to just tell them, honey, your box is showing. I can remember when I was a teenager, my grandmother pulled me to the side, and we were all dressed going to Astro World in Houston, Texas. And I had on tight jeans, and she pulled me to the side and she said, Diane, your box is showing. And I didn't really even know what she was saying. But apparently my pants were so tight that I was showing my genital area, which was not appropriate. You don't go out and show that in public. But I'm seeing women that are just so, there's no shame, and they're just so hypersexual. And I don't think that's a good thing. We need to really protect ourselves, and we need to be more modest and ladylike, because men don't want women that are whorish like that. They just, you know, men don't want that. And a lot of these women say they do want a man, a husband, and a family, but they're going about it the wrong way, because they feel that they have to compete and be masculine and boss babes and not very feminine and ladylike. And men are really simple, you know. They want peace, you know. They like a good meal. They want to come home to peace and a love and attention, and they don't want a lot. But for some, you know what I see mostly? I see men complaining about the choices and the caliber of woman that's out there for them to choose from. And then women are just being so stubborn and resistant. They don't want to bend. They don't want to move. They're unyielding. They don't want to. They don't want to give a man what he wants. And so I just want to point out some things where I see we do need some improvement. There's improvement needed. And I have some ideas of where we should look and how we should be.
Okay, go ahead and do it. Just relax. Just relax. You know, pretend we like a barbecue. We got a backyard barbecue, drinking and shit. We smoking and shit, eating barbecue ribs and relax. You know, we good. Ain't nobody gonna attack you. Good. Just go ahead.
I'm just so, you know, I had been waiting all day. My daughter told me something was coming today, and I thought it was a package, and so they delivered it to my apartment. But I'm sorry about the computer thing earlier. It was,
don't worry about it.
I just moved, and so things are not like they should be, you know, connected like they should be, and I had to go find my password.
It's okay, Miss Douglas. It's okay, Miss Douglas. But go ahead and finish what you're saying there about the points thing you want to point out. Go ahead and do that. We want to hear this.
Well, I think with the abortion situation, and I think that's a lot of that when I say our Black abortion rate and our obesity rate are connected, because I think a lot of women fill their voids with food. You know, they eat way too much food, and they're drowning there. I mean, it has an impact. And there was a book that I read back in 1993 called Forbidden Grief. And Teresa Burke wrote a book about her experience with women, and a lot of women who had post-abortion trauma had eating disorders, you know, and obesity and problems with food. So there are areas where we just really need to realize that we cannot behave as a man behaves. I really think women need to realize that a man's body count is not the same as a woman's body count. You know, when you start bragging about 2,000 men, and I saw this kamikaze woman bragging about having 400 in her body count, and it was awesome. And that's what she said. It was awesome. And I don't understand women so willing to talk about trains being ran on them and how they enjoyed it. It was something really, you know, they really loved it. A train? How does that work? Do you get up and wash in between each train, each caboose? I mean, what do you do? I can't even imagine. What? Tell me, how does a woman? I mean, do you get up and douche in between each guy, or you just come on? You know, just take it all.
No, shit. No, they don't do it that way. Oh man, but let me say this right quick. Wait.
That's so humiliating.
Hey, check it out. Wait. Let me, hey, Deborah, let me stop, because I got to ask you like a lot of straightforward questions and stuff. You'll get used to me when you come on the show. That's how I got to stop you every time. I got other people going to talk too. But what I'm going to say First, I gotta say that what you said about the train was hilarious. But it's true at the same time. They had me roll. I like that. That's true what you said. That's true. Well, I'm gonna ask you
What
next.
did I say? What was true
The
about?
train thing. Yeah, it's very bad. It's terrible. Now, let me ask you this right, ma'am. Let me ask you this right quick. Do you think a lady about your age or whatnot, you know what I mean? Do you think that the older women have a responsibility to be an example to the young ladies or to correct the younger ladies that we have out here?
Well, modern women are being educated to see marriage and family as dehumanizing. They're not instructed to value family, and it all goes back to the second and third wave of feminism, and women have just been so turned off to motherhood and mothering and a husband and a family and trying to stand against the patriarchy that it runs so deep. I'm now hearing women on these various shows that I do watch on YouTube. I'm talking about the ones with a lot of OnlyFans, and they're now talking about they don't even want kids. They don't even want children. They don't even want to they say they don't want to get married. But I think the indoctrination of young women to choose jobs and career, education and career over marriage and family it runs really, really deep. I think it does. It runs really deep. And I can, as a mother, and here it is Mother's Day, nothing has given me more joy. I have 4 grown children. Every one of them gave me so much joy. There was nothing more fulfilling than to be a mother and a wife, their father. I'm a widow. My husband passed in 1993. However, having children, carrying a child to term, and just seeing that whole magical life developing and growing and loving it. I mean, you love a child, you love your baby, but I'm seeing women who I don't even think are capable of loving a child. It's like they see it as a chore, or it's some kind of I don't know. They see it as a burden, and no job. I don't think no job I've ever had, and I've been a realtor. I've worked in restaurants. I know how to, I've had good jobs, but nothing has given me more joy than being a mother and carrying my children to term and loving them till adulthood.
We need more women like you to speak up like what you're doing. We need more women like you to speak like that. You know what I mean? Even believe it or not, just you coming onto a show like this is a big thing. Just even if you're not correcting someone in the street, the fact that so many people gonna watch this show. They're gonna be thousands of people gonna watch this show right here, okay, according to my analytics. And they're gonna get to see a woman actually speak with some moral value. You get what I'm saying? So it's important.
Yeah, well, it's important for women, especially young modern women, with all this empowerment. It's almost like they have brain damage. It's almost like they have it's some contagion where in their thinking where they can't the empowerment and all the praise, women are beautiful and all the praise and worship and all the attention and everything and the empowerment and the girl power and black girl match. It's all good to a degree, but you can't be better than your man. God, I feel, made the black woman for the black man. I feel like that was how, and I think he made the Chinese woman for the Chinese man, and so it goes. But
okay, I'm gonna ask you some more questions.
That we can't seem to just.
Yeah, I think we have a delay. That's what it is. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm trying to get so many questions to you, but I think it's going to be on a delay. So we're gonna come back to everything you say. I'm gonna ask you another question. I'm gonna hit on everything that black women are talking about. Do you think it's necessary for a black woman to have a man that makes 6 figures annually to be happy?
No, I mean, they want a lifestyle. For him to make 6 figures, that's a lifestyle. But a lot of couples, you know, work together. I mean, my parents worked, my father and mother worked, but you know, that's what they had to do in the 60s and the 70s when I was being raised. But I don't know. I think women need to be open to considering a man that's short. You know, there are some great men out there that are short. You know, they're and women are so picky about the 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 inches, and all those six figure income. No, women just, you know, we need to smile and wave and say hello. I try to say hello because I see so many black men, and when I'm out and about, and I can see the fear in their eye as they see me approaching. And a lot of black men will look away and shy away. And I'll always try to say hello, how you doing? Or I try to smile because I felt bad that day when Kevin Samuels was talking to some woman, and she was like, "Why should we smile? I don't feel like." You can't even smile. You can't even smile. You can't even give a black man a smile. You can't even say hello. And that's so hurtful, I think.
It is. I agree with
that. It is hurtful.
It is. It very is. I'm trying to think, what else do these women be saying? There was something else I had a question in my mind, because I'm trying to hit everything that black women be saying that. Oh yeah. Do you think a black woman or any woman should be submissive to a husband? Do you think a woman should obey according to scriptures? God put a whole lot of scriptures out today. Do you think that a woman should be submissive and cooperate and trust in her man, even if that man makes a decision that she's not for? Now, what I mean is, if she suggests something to him and he says, in other words, should the man in her life have the final say? Should she submit to that?
Yes, I think she should. Yeah. But see, the feminist mindset is men, you don't let a man tell you what to do. You could do what you want to do. And I can remember in the 70s when that whole movement was starting to come about, and you had to you just couldn't let a man, you couldn't be submissive. And it's still, submission is still a bad word in the black community, because women have been so empowered with doing what they want, when they want, how they want, that they can't see themselves obeying a man. But I was raised, my dad, I mean, it was his way or the highway. I mean, he was the head of the household. My mother, she worked too, but most of my parents worked, but my mom, I mean, we all had cooking and cleaning and laundry and all that stuff to do. But yeah, my dad was the head of the household, and my mother was the mother. I mean, she took care of us and cooked and cleaned, and we all did it as we all grew up.
Okay, the next question I'm going to ask you is, how important are gender roles in the nuclear family?
I think they're very important. I love to cook for my man. I love to fix his plate. And if I've prepared a delicious meal for him, that brings me joy to know that, he might come and say, "Ooh, honey, I'm having a craving for some catfish," or whatever. And I make what he wants. If he's worked all morning and comes home in the afternoon, I make sure there's a plate ready so he could eat. And if he's had a dirty job, a hot bath, a hot tub of water, or what, just make your man feel good, or make him feel like you appreciate him. A lot of women, I remember I got in this argument on Facebook one time, and these women were talking about, "I ain't fixing no man no plate. Can he get up and fix his own plate?" And I said, And some even compared it to slavery. I'm not a slave. I'm not a servant. I said, you can't fix your man a plate of food that you've prepared for him and your family? What is wrong? That is so wrong.
Man, you're saying a whole lot of
I
stuff.
hear men complain that a lot of young women out there don't even know how to cook. I went to culinary school, so I know how to cook. So I know how to feed my man. Okay, so a lot of women, and that's some of the things I do want to discuss on my YouTube channel is how to our relationship with food is just really bad. I've seen so many young women on Facebook and on YouTube eating enormous amounts of food. Would you eat this? Yeah, and I'd share it with my family of 6 because it's too much food for one person. But we eat too much food, and we're really, really too big. We're really too big.
I think it's a fucking house.
Yeah, but I want to share with a lot of. I want to share on my channel how I lost like 45 pounds in like 2 months, and I'm going to share that little secret because I think a lot of it has to do with our portions, and we basically just eat too much. And like I said, we're filling our emptiness with food. We're filling our voids with food. And that's why I think a lot of Black women are so angry and bitter. We've got post-abortion trauma because, that booty call snatch we was trying to keep didn't work out. And so now we've had to deal with an abortion that we may regret, or an extra child that we really don't want. And I'm so tired of hearing about Black women killing their babies and killing their kids. We got to do better. We have to do better. So I have some ideas. I'm going to try to share it. I'm going to be making some more videos. But I had to deal with some medical issues these last 2 months, so I'm a little slow on getting them together. But as you can see,
Deborah, hold on 1 second. I got to say, Mr. Lawrence, please put Deborah's YouTube channel in the chat so everybody can go to her channel and check it out. Mr. Lawrence, please put her. I got her information, so please put her. There it is. I just put everybody. That's the link to Miss Deborah's channel. You can click that YouTube link and it'll take you right to her channel that she started, so you can support her and check her out.
Right.
And yeah. And one more question. I'm gonna ask you another question, ma'am, right quick. I want to ask you, because I'm ask you everything that Black women are saying. Okay. There's a lot of Black women who are saying that we don't need no man. We don't need no man to raise a boy. So my question is, how important is that father's presence in that child, daughter or son? How important is that child? I mean, how important is that father presence in that family when it comes to rearing children?
It's extremely important, and it is because a father can teach a boy how to control his emotions and how to get that in check. Because a father will put some fear in his ass once he's had to manhandle that boy and get him in check. And that's what's missing with all the young men I see out in, with their pants sagging and their boxers showing. And I used to think, well, where are the men to just come in behind them and just yank up their pants, and then just be manhandle them, because they didn't have any manhandling. When my husband died, I'm a widow. My husband died in 1993, and our son was 5 months old at the time. He never knew his dad, but he was the kind of man that had he not died, my son would be a different boy right now. I'm dealing with him now, and he's 30. But yeah, the man is needed. A man has to manhandle a boy in order for him to grow up with some control over his emotions. He really does. And another thing, I have to say to my sister girls, my heifer cats, girls between 18 and 35, if you're gonna buck up to a man like you're another man, you can expect to be manhandled, honey. He can knock the shit out of you, okay? You need to calm your ass down. And I cannot
Touchdown! Touchdown, bitches! Oh, I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. Hey, I'm finna use the restroom.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Deborah.
Men need to make a proclamation. They need to let this be known. If you're a female woman and you're gonna buck up to a man and get in his face, point fingers and hit his forehead and do all that, like you're another dude, like you're a man calling him all kinds of MFs and whatever, you're gonna get manhandled, honey. You're gonna get it, okay? So you just need to calm down and just know when to shut up, because a woman, I can tell just by the tone of a man's voice when it's time to shut the up.
You can say
a lot of women
it's
don't
okay.
know that. They don't seem to know that. They just keep going. They just keep talking. They just gotta keep it going. That's when you get in trouble, and that's when a man, he might just pop you one time in the mouth. He don't want to, but you drove him to it. You didn't shut up.
I gotta say this right quick, because I told y'all I'm gonna have a lady. Wait a minute. I told you I'm gonna have a lady on this motherfucker that's gonna be speaking right. I told y'all that. Now y'all see I keep my word. Now I want to touch on something she said before I go jump in the restroom right quick. She's right, because I've said it before and I got pushback. A lot of you women run your damn mouth and you put your hands on men, and then you get surprised when he smack the shit out you. Now, I don't believe in beating women. I don't believe in just unnecessary beating women, but I do believe if you put your hands on me, you can get smacked. I'm just what it is. I'm just being honest with you. I believe you should keep your fucking hands to yourself. Okay, right. You're not strong enough to handle a man, so stop doing that to me. Whatever happened to you after you become a man in that situation, you brought that on yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm saying Okay, so thank you for what you're saying. I'm gonna let Chaos talk to you. Everybody in this chat room, be very respectful to this lady. As you can tell, she speaks the type of shit that we like to hear. So don't tear her apart, don't rip her apart and shit like that, man. Just but be firm in what you're gonna say, but don't be disrespectful. You can question her and she's gonna give you an answer. I'm gonna start with Chaos, because he was just going in. He was like clapping his hands and shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna DJ Chaos.
I hope
you
I
guys
can
say, homie.
I got something for this sister here. Check this out. Did you hear that?
I'm sorry.
That was an explosion.
Uh-huh.
You knocked the damn ball out the fucking park. I commend
really?
you 1,000% for that, sister. And the one thing I had to ask you this question: do you got any sisters? You got any family members that's trying to find a good man? Because I'm right here. I make 6 figures. I'm a truck driver.
I do have a sister, but she just got married last year, so I don't know. Just me.
Damn.
Just me.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. We need this. All jokes aside, as black men, we need this type of conversation.
I appreciate that, and I was inspired by Kevin Samuels. My family has accused me of drinking Kevin Samuels Kool-Aid, and I must say, I'm sipping on a big gulp of Kevin Samuels.
All right now.
I'm sipping on a big gulp because he was a really good inspiration for me, and I learned so much from him.
Yes, he was. Yes,
and he inspired so many people. I even have a nickname for my Big Shirleys. Yeah, because the Big Shirleys, he called the big girls Big Shirley. I'm gonna call my Big Shirleys Rotunda. I like Rotunda. Rotunda, to me, Rotunda is prettier because there's a lot of pretty big girls. They're very beautiful. Their faces are pretty.
It is.
But they're so big. It's too big. They can't sit in anybody's lap. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Because come on, you ain't gonna sit in nobody's lap, okay? And I like to sit in a man's lap.
Exactly.
Okay?
I like a woman to ride me. I don't want her to get on top of me.
Yeah.
Hey, goddamn, you gotta hit it from the side or something, because I can't get you on top.
Right. So I do have some tips the rotundas in the world, because I see a lot of women and they're just way too big. And contrary to what a lot of them believe, their poom poom don't need no shelter. Okay, I've heard that.
That's a good one.
I love
Their
it.
poom poom don't need no shelter.
Okay. Let me stop it. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna go to one mic. Then I'm gonna go to Smoking Joe, cause I know he got something to say too. So one mic, what you got to say? Then we go to Mr. Smoking Joe over there. What you got to say, brother, to him?
Yes, Ms. Deborah, I just want to say thank you for being on the show, for letting the brothers and especially the sisters know how it is to properly conduct yourselves as women, and for the older generation to instruct the future generation on how things are really supposed to go, the natural order. Now, I have a question for you. What advice can you give these women on, I'm going to start with the three things. The first one is going to be with their hygiene, because a lot of women out there, they still haven't grasped the concept of what it is being taught to do proper hygiene. So what is your advice on that, please?
I had an idea for Jeremy. You know how you see women on YouTube always putting on makeup? And I said, what? Somebody needs to do a little video of women showing them how to take a shower, a good shower, how to wash how to bathe properly. Because let me tell you, I've heard men on YouTube sing "Your Booty Stinks" in 3-part harmony. You know.
Eat the booty like groceries and all that old shit. Yeah, because all that shit smell like groceries.
And that's, as a woman, that is so embarrassing. That is so humiliating. You know, you got to have men complain about your hygiene. You know, no, that is not good. You have to take care of yourself, and that's really important. You know, Jeremy's very funny. He's made some very great comedic notes on BBLs. The best thing I've heard, this is the funniest thing I've heard all year, when he said BBL smelled like 2 skunks fighting over a turd. Hey, first of all, that is comedy right there. First of all, 2 skunks fighting, so you know the funk is kicked up. You know that 2 skunks fighting, you know it's bad. Okay.
Right.
What they fighting over? They're fighting over a turd. Okay.
Oh wow.
You know that's foul. Okay.
Absolutely. I got question number 2. What advice can you give the women that are saying, well, they're always broke, but they're going broke from buying unnecessary things and not cooking in the house like they're supposed to, rather than just going out all the time to eat, especially with fast foods? Because I heard you mention about, you know, a lot of women out there being overweight, and you mentioned portions. Could you give us some advice on that, please?
Well,
for the ladies.
Yeah. Toddler-sized portions. I think you do have to reduce your caloric intake to some degree. But a lot of these women are going out brunches, dinners, and eating huge amounts of food and not doing any kind of exercise or any kind of, you know, you got Better Me on your phone. You can just go and do a 28-day workout for free. You ain't got no equipment. It don't cost. Just be active. But it's the limit of the intake of the food, and we don't want to do that, because we're filling our voids with food. The emptiness we have in our lives, we're filling it with food.
Okay, absolutely. And one last question. A lot of women out there are saying that they don't need a man, but yet at the end of the day, they have an issue once they get that man on learning how to actually keep one due to her bad attitude. Now, what advice can you give us on that? Because I know you have the wisdom.
Well, you know, I think Sapphire is alive and well in the Black community. Sapphire is one of our stereotypes of Black women. I mean, if you look at some old Amos and Andy TV shows, his wife was Sapphire. That was her name. And you can see that same woman in the Black community. I mean, you know, with the head bobbing and the finger going, and it's like they have to let you know how they feel. Their opinion is what matters. They have to tell you what they want and how they think. They're just not very cooperative and willing to give up their power or their position. They want to be autonomous and do what they want to do when they want to do it. They don't want nobody telling them nothing. All this empowerment and freedom and everything, it's all they want to do.
Okay, so in other words, by them being ignorant and not willing to, you know, be under a man's wing and follow their lead, like how the natural order is supposed to go, they're forever going to be lonely unless they start to make a change and change themselves from within, right?
Well, I do see a lot of women being lonely fans. You know, they'll be, you know, it's going to end up as lonely fans in years to come. I'm serious, because they're so unyielding that they're so unwilling to change. There has to be some changes. Women have to soften up and be cooperative and be what men want, fit, feminine, friendly, you know.
I appreciate
but
that.
I also think they need, what I also notice about the Latina and the white women that I've known that have married Black men, they're very sweet and they're very loving. And they know when to give their men peace. They're not gonna nag him and just be a bitch about some little thing they feel they want. It works. And so I try to, you know, tell Black women, you know, you might want to listen to maybe a Latina woman, see what she's doing, or see what, you know, they don't even want, they get upset and they don't want to talk to nobody else. They don't want to know. They don't care.
Absolutely. And I think, and that's another main reason why a lot of men are getting snatched up by these very same women, because they don't have any discernment. But I appreciate you, Miss Deborah, and I thank you, and I'm a yield out on this one. Let the next man.
Thank
All right,
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. All right, we're going to go to Mr. Smoking Joe. It's his turn, man. What you got to say, homeboy?
Joe.
Yeah, I used to box, so. But good evening to you, and happy Mother's Day.
Good evening.
And I wanted to ask a question, because I'm a big Kevin Samuels / Tommy Sotomayor supporter myself. And what I noticed about Kevin Samuels towards the end of his life is that he, you know, he started to look a little sick, and he started to, his stress levels was elevated, his cortisol levels went up, you know, and it was a daunting task, that a Herculean task, for lack of a better word, to try to get women to see the light. And at the end of the day, it killed him. Now I was watching another Manosphere show. I'm not going to promote the show on this channel, but the host of the show, I saw that same kind of, you know, dead look in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He had a very, very you know, apathetic look about him. Because he deals with women like that 3 times a week. So my question is are women suffering from mental illness?
Are women suffering from mental illness?
Yes.
Well, I do think that there's a mindset that is just, it's borderline mental illness, because women want so badly, especially the feminists, they want to overturn the patriarchy. They want to be in charge. They want to run the whole show. They want everything to be equal. Men and women are not equal. We will never be equal. There is no way you can be equal. There are definite things a man must do and definite things a woman must do. And there's no getting around it.
Well, here's the thing about that. You know, there was a book that I had read by Albert Camus, and he said that man is the only creature who refuses to be what he actually is. Now, biology tells us that, you know, and psychology tells us that women can't be equal because they're inferior. You know, they have the inability to organize themselves effectively because they're unable to think logically, right?
Who says this?
It was a book that I had read by Albert Camus a while back. I can't remember the title of it, but I also have quotes from Nietzsche, Kierkegaard, and Albert Schopenhauer, who also were psychologists who also talked about women and, you know, the pitfalls of women trying to be equal to men. You know, so I have right here, I have the 4th edition of the Psychiatric Dictionary, and I was looking up schizophrenia, and it was talking about in 1911 how Eugen Bleuler, you know, described schizophrenics as a slowly progressive deterioration of the entire personality, which involves mainly the affective life and expresses itself in disorder of feeling, thought, and conduct. You know, and it has a tendency to withdraw from reality. And I combined that with what I'm reading which I'm about to read to you right now, something called neurosis, existential neurosis. Oh man, I just lost the page. Here it is. It says chronic meaningless apathy and aimlessness, which typically arise within a person who sees themselves as nothing more than an embodiment of biologic needs and a player of social roles. So this is the reason probably why women are overcompensating by being over-sexual. Because they know that they, you know, they have really no other agency besides being beautiful, and, you know, their only agency is their beauty and their sexuality and their femininity, which is a part of that. But what happened is it went into overdrive where women are starting to leave the femininity part and just kind of focus on sexuality. Right. And what happens now is now that you have a disconnect, you know, from what love is, because when you have sex too many times, you meaningless sex or casual sex, you lose the ability to soul tie to people.
Right. I know.
You know, where love is absent, there can be no woman. So what men are dealing with right now, we're messing with females, but we're not messing with women. There's a difference between being a lady and being a woman, a female. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's what I wanted to bring to the table, because I like psychology and I like, you know, the affairs of the mind.
Yes, I do too. And one of the things I remember Kevin would say is that Black women love to tingle. And I see that in our behaviors, because I see Black women going to Jamaica for a massage with a happy ending. So this is like, sex is very important. And I think a lot of married women are listening to their girlfriends talk about all the good D they're getting out there. And that's why a lot of women divorce their husbands or try to go out and do their hot girl summer thing. It's because they feel like they're missing out on something. They want to be a part of what all the other girlfriends and women friends are doing. And so they don't want to respect their man or still be married. They want to be a part of what other women are experiencing in their sexual freedom. And I think it does some serious damage. I think a lot of these women don't realize how much damage they've done to themselves with their hot girl summers. And I saw a video, and I think I mentioned this to Jeremy. The worst thing I've seen on YouTube is a clip from Mocha Fest of this woman on the hood of a car, on her back, spread eagle, receiving cunnilingus in public. And it was so embarrassing that I only watched like maybe 5-6 seconds of it before I realized what it was. And I was like horrified that a woman would be willing to expose herself like that. And I see that. That's why I say that women need to know that their box is showing. You need to be a little more modest and ladylike and not be so willing to expose such a personal and intimate part of your body. Your man, your husband is supposed to see that. And you're not supposed to be out in public exposing yourself like that. That is just, there's no shame. We need to bring back shame. We need a little shame, I think.
But the problem with shame is, women will listen to it, but then they'll try to shame you for shaming them by saying that, oh, I understand what you're telling me, but I didn't like the way that you said it.
Oh, well.
Let me give you a story real quick. Well, since we're on the topic of tone. Back when in 2006, during the height of the Iraqi troop surge, I joined the military. At that time, Baby Bush was sending everybody and his mama out there. Now, there was something, we have an idea of how the military and how boot camp is through media, right? Mm-hmm. So we all went in there with that mindset. Now, me coming in there as a 20-year-old, I realized that it wasn't like it was portrayed in the military. You know why? Because somebody's mother had contacted a congressman after somebody had wrote a letter home and said the drill sergeants was being too hard on them. So now they implemented this thing where they have stress cards.
Yeah.
And now, because of that, drill sergeants are kind of handicapped to do their job. Now, if you look at from the time that I was in to the time now, the military is very, very soft. Most of the old school guys have retired just off of that. So there can't be no direction without correction.
Right.
So, and the thing is, this is a matter of survival. And this also goes into a quote that I wanted to read about the law of the jungle and what Nietzsche said about women. This is the reason why women always say, I don't like the way you said that to me, even though it may be a matter of life and death.
Right.
We're talking about weight too. It says women are skillful in exaggerating weaknesses. Indeed, they are inventive. That means it's in their head. Weaknesses. So as to seem quite fragile ornaments to which even a grain of dust does harm. Their existence is to bring home to a man's mind his conscience. They thus defend themselves against the strong and the law of the jungle. Now, what is the law of the jungle? Survival of the what?
Fittest.
Exactly. So if men are hamstrung and run roughshod over and being browbeaten going against the nature of their existence, what does it do for the whole society? It makes them weaker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in.
We can't talk to women.
Right. Yeah, one thing I want to say about Mr. Smoking Joe here. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I gotta say this, man. You are a shining bright light, man. It is good to see a young black man that's intellectual as you are, who's into reading, that's very articulate as you fucking are and stuff. That is, I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, I might fuck with you and joke with you sometimes, but I do really appreciate that, man. To see a brother, you know what I mean? That's really deep, man. The shit that you can tell that you're a thinker, that you're a philosopher and all that other shit, man. It's good. We need more of that type of image for black men. We need to have more of that. You get what I'm saying? So I'm glad, man, that you do all the shit that you talk about, man. So I'm gonna give you flowers and salute to you right now.
Thank you very much.
Hey, no
I take
problem,
it after
man.
my father, man. God rest his soul.
And God bless his soul, bro. Rest his soul. I'm gonna go back in rotation, man. I'm gonna go to DJ Chaos because he the best, you know what I mean? Also, man, he do music and stuff, and he got a channel too. I got Lawrence, Mr. Lawrence. I know you don't have his link or whatever like that, but if y'all can, or DJ Chaos, anybody on here come on the show who got their own show, text me or email me the link to your show, the profile name, the URL, whatever, so I can get it to Mr. Lawrence, because he's the one who's gonna put the your link out there so people can see it and they can join your show. Miss Deborah, Mr. Gino has already subscribed to your show. He put that in the live chat, so he went to your channel. He already did that. We got to support each other, especially when it comes to this real shit, because this shit is needed, especially when women come on here and say the shit that she just said, because this is the example. This is what men been saying that they want that women are not listening to. Everything she just said, this is what we want. You know what I mean? So like, I'm glad there's women on the shows watching too as well. So you're doing a great service here. Mr. What's his name? DJ Chaos, man. Go ahead and say what you want to say, brother, man.
All right. I just want to say once again, sis, thank you for this. We need this.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Because I know you basically dropped gems, Smoking Joe and my other brother up there. Y'all did the damn thing. I'm just a comedian. I'm just an asshole. So y'all gotta look over me. I make jokes. Brother Jeremy will tell you I make jokes a lot. I talk crazy. The hell? Like that right there. Like texting me. But anyway, we need this because I'm gonna tell you something. I done been in bad relationships. And you know, I ain't trying to put my child's mother on blast when she loud bitch. Anyway, the thing is, women need to learn how to be women again. Plain and simple. Because you sit up there and say one of the key words right there about the feminist situation. You know, feminism has taken over this country. This country is gone, basically. It's weak as sugar water right now. I mean, I know. Anytime they can sit up there and destroy the military side of the game, discipline, oh man, we ain't got a chance. If any country was to come here and place a war situation on America, we wouldn't survive.
I think he froze up. He froze up.
Yeah, he's frozen on mine.
Yeah, it probably kicked back in just a second for him, but he's saying a lot of what everybody's feeling right now about the feminist, especially what old boy said about the. Are you there, Chaos? You back?
Yeah. Because
you feel what you're saying, bro.
I guess YouTube must don't like what I'm saying. So let me say, we just gotta be nice. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, fuck that. Feminism destroyed this country. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it like it is. And, you know, like I said, I did my research.
Yeah, it's done some serious damage to and black women especially, because I don't know if you remember, but in the 70s, the black feminist movement was the womanist movement. It was
I can tell you about that.
Black women decided to call themselves womanist to distinguish themselves from the white feminists. So a womanist was a black feminist, basically. Yeah. And it has really done, you know, it's done some damage to the situation with black men and black women. You know, it just seems like we're never going to fix this. But it has, women have to change. Men are taking charge and men are taking control and trying to be, you know, strong men. But for some reason, I see my sister girls and my heifer cats and lady luck. They don't really want to change.
Yeah,
they don't want to. They don't want to change.
I wanted to say I know the rundown on the women's liberation movement, which started in 1967 by a woman named Gloria Steinway, which was a CIA informant. By the way, she had a whole husband, but she played like she was a single woman, and saying that she was trying to get all her white women friends and people all around the country to get together to go against the man, and saying that I am a woman, hear me roar. But at the same time, she was targeting black women to join that movement.
Right. I know.
And let me say this right here. What Mr. Chaos was saying, because that same lady you talked about, I think I was telling Deborah this before. It was the same one. 20 or 40 years later, she came out and said she made a mistake.
Oh, look at that! See what I'm saying? Look at that.
Yeah, she came out after the damage was done, after everything was done, and we going through all this shit right now. She came out 20, 40 years later on an interview and said she was wrong about what she said. Same thing like Ronald Reagan said he was wrong for creating no-fault divorce. 20, 40 years later. Same shit. Same shit. I'm gonna go to one mic right quick. Now I'm gonna do another 30 minutes before I shut the show down. So I'm gonna let y'all do all y'all talking and stuff. So I'm gonna go to one mic. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna go back to Deborah, because Deborah got to talk too. I'm going through y'all, so I'm gonna go to one mic, Deborah, and then we're gonna get out of here after that. You know what I mean? Because it's late. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna be brief about mine. I think that, in a lot of ways there has to be some changes involved, a lot of changes, a lot of corrections, a lot of mentoring. And I believe, Miss Deborah, that you're doing the world a greater service. And I honestly think that a lot of ladies on this channel and on the Jeremy Hill channel need to take heed to that. And we really need to change ourselves for the better, because as it looks right now, this country's taking a shit dive. I mean, a shit dive to where you see it in the previous generation. The previous generation has failed. The future generation is showing a good reflection of that. There's more killings, there's more robberies, there's more motherfuckers running rampant, loose, without any kind of guidance. The system itself is geared towards pulling the man apart and the chain link away from the family, breaking the actual structure, on actually weakening it to its lowest form, and it's showing that. And you see a lot of generational curses being passed on from the fuckery of what's going on, and a lot of women that are being misled when somebody's actually in their face telling them the truth. And they are following the wrong type of people, and what shows is that they are easily misled. Miss Deborah, Jeremy Hill, we need that strength back, man. We need that strength back, and I appreciate y'all for the services that y'all are doing, man. You can't put a price tag on knowledge like this, on everything. Everybody on this panel, everybody that's actually paying attention to that. And I thank y'all for being here, because more and more we need this message to go across, so that way we could put a stop to that shit, and then we could end up taking our shit back where it rightfully belongs, within us.
Yes.
In a positive light, so that way more and more people look at us and they don't just see, oh, this is just a motherfucker off the street, oh, this is just a motherfucker like that. No, they're gonna hold some respect on this right here. Seriously, word up. And that's all I'm gonna say, and I yield.
Right.
Okay, what I'm gonna do next right now, I'm gonna give it to Smoking Joe Crazy. What we're gonna do, Smoking Joe, I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes, okay? what you call yourself, Smoking Joe Crazy, right? So
no, because I was on another pet.
Wait, bro. Wait. I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes, man. I'm gonna let her finish out the show for the rest. I got less than 20 minutes on here, so I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say. Keep it brief, about 2 or 3 minutes long. Then I'm gonna let her say what she gotta say. Then I'm gonna end the show, man. And we're gonna do this again probably next Sunday, man. If some Lord willing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, let's get it, man. Let's go. Let's get it, Mr. Joe in the motherfucking house. Let's get it.
Okay. Yeah. Usually the issue is when people are free to do as they please, they usually intimidate each other. That's the reason why you have these carbon copies of women who all look the same for the most part. They all have the yaki weaves in. They all got the tarantula eyelashes. They all got the long raptor claw nails. They're all dressing in yoga pants, showing off they vagina lips are flapping all up in the wind for everybody to see with no panties on. You know what I'm saying? And this even gotten to the point where you can't even tell a young girl from a woman anymore. You know what I'm saying? They actually showed an experiment of a woman getting makeup, and she looks like a totally different person. I'm talking about the contour of her face and changed, the shape of her nose then changed, and everything. Like, what happened to the natural woman that that men long for? We say us black men, we say that we don't like that shit, but the more we say they don't like that shit, the more elaborate the tomfoolery and the clownery gets. What do you think about that, Miss?
Well, what was the actual question? I don't remember. What was you actually?
What do you think about the over sexualization of our women? Well, and us and them trying to, I don't know, all look alike for the most part, with the weaves and the way that they dress, and the accoutrements, the nails, the eyelashes. What do you think about that?
Women dress for other women. They're not dressing for or doing their whole get up for men. They're doing it for one another. Yeah. And that is how it is, because it amazes me how women would rather have Sandeep's hair on their head than their own little nappy curls that they got going on. They want the Indian hair or the Pakistani hair, and they see that as being prettier, or makes them. Black women seem to be so insecure that they can't be the ones that are natural and can be themselves are great, but the ones who gotta have a weave and a wig and the nails.
I don't understand how they wipe themselves with them nails, and I don't understand why they can't smell that. That shit smells like hot Cheetos. When you that synthetic weave, if you rub against it, it gets hot. Right. How do they not feel that on their head?
I don't know. I have a little video and I asked Black women, why can't you give Black men what they want? And then about the nails, how can you function as a woman? How can you insert a tampon? Or wipe or change a diaper? How can you change a diaper? How can you wash your own behind? Or give a good hand job? I mean, how you gonna do that with those fingers? Ain't no man gonna let you near him with that. I don't get it. I don't understand. Have you seen those raptor nails?
I've seen them. I've actually, real quick, I was at KFC one time, right? And there was a girl that was working in there. She had the gloves on, but the nails were sticking out through the gloves. Yo, I left out of there quick as hell. I'm like, yo, who hired her and told her to come to work like that?
Right.
The nails were sticking out through the glove. I was like, what the yo? And she back there making food and on her phone too. Your phone got more bacteria than a toilet seat.
Oh God!
Jesus,
take a whiff. That's just fighting over a turd.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, all right. I liked it. That's very entertaining too, especially about the hand job. I really liked it. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you. Let me get back to this. All right.
Well, come on now.
Wait a minute, Deborah.
I know people do hand jobs. But I don't see how you can with those fingernails.
Deborah. We're gonna get back to your obsession about hand jobs in just a second. I just wanna let you go ahead and end out the show, man. If you want to throw a hand job at the end, go ahead, man. But you got 10 more minutes to talk. You want to talk about hand job for the next 10 minutes? We're listening, but you can go ahead and keep talking. Go ahead. I like the hand job thing. That was awesome, though. I ain't gonna lie. You can throw that in there for once in a while.
Bro. Cut it out.
Yeah. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say, Miss Deborah. Yeah.
You waiting for me to say more about the hand job?
Oh no, you gotta talk about you love hand job. Now what I'm trying to say,
you can talk. I misunderstood the question. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't a question. I'm just saying, go ahead and just say what you gotta say for the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna shut it down in 10 minutes. So anything you want to contribute, shout out to your channel and stuff. I got your channel across the screen. Anything you want to say before I close the channel down?
Well, one of the things I wanted to mention is I'm thinking of trying to establish a Memorial Day for the 65 million babies that have been killed since 1973, Roe v. Wade. I think there are things, a day of remembrance. The things we need to remember that hypersexuality has an 85% chance of creating a life. We don't seem to realize that. You put penis to vagina, you have an 85% chance of creating a baby. We have over 42 different types of birth control. We have your body, your choice. Your thighs, your choice. You can spread them if you want. You can keep them closed. We have to be more conservative as far as all this hypersexuality. We have to be we have to stop some of this. I think we need to just hold on and just stop and just regroup, because we just can't keep aborting babies because it's our safety net. We're letting Pookie and Ray Ray come in raw, and you trying to keep him, so you're gonna let him come in raw so he can get attached to your viscous innards, whatever. We have to be better as far as we have to be on top. We're the keeper of the gates. We sit at the gate as far as our reproductive ability. So I think we have more responsibility. We have to be more responsible. I mean, men are responsible to a degree, but a woman is the one at the gate. It's up to you. You're the one who's going to get pregnant. You're the one who's going to have to raise the child or kill it if you don't want it. So
okay then. Yeah, that was good. I'm glad you said what you said. I hope to have you on the show again. Everybody, thank you for joining the show today. I'm about to shut it down. I don't do no 12-hour shows. I don't know how people can do that shit. They just got a different type of ass than me because I can't sit down that long. So
I
thank
don't
you,
either.
Deborah.
I'm gonna heat up my dinner and look at my flowers my daughter sent me. I have 4 children.
Okay,
it's
Deborah.
Mother's Day. I've heard from 3 of them, so
okay,
I'm
Deborah.
doing pretty good.
Well, I thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you, and stay away from them hand jobs. And
Thank you.
I wanna tell you, thank you for coming on the show. Everybody on the show, man, I greatly appreciate it. Now, I'm gonna probably do this again next Sunday. If anything pop up, you know what I mean. I'd like to have you back on the show again, Miss Deborah, because we need to hear. Because I had some women on the show that was pretty cool, and I had a couple knuckleheads here and there. But you gave some good information. So thank you for joining the show. And
thank you for having me. I've had a good time, and I'm so sorry about that beginning computer issue. But I'm in the process of moving, and so things weren't connected like they needed to be, and I didn't have that password like I needed it.
It's okay,
I
Deborah,
figured it
man.
out.
We good. We're gonna do it again. I want to say shout out to Smoking Joe Crazy, One Mic Focus, Chaos, and everybody out there. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for being on Jeremy Hill show.
And Jeremy, I have to tell you, Jeremy Hill is quite funny. I don't know if y'all know how funny he is, but he is. And this is a time when we have to laugh to keep from crying, y'all. So humor is really important. Comedy is very important. And Jeremy is very good at it. So thanks, guys. I appreciate all your questions and everything. It was great. It was fun.
No problem.
We'll do it again.
For sure. Well, I'm going to go and get y'all out of here, and I'm going to talk to y'all later, man.
Okay, thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one. Everybody be safe, man. Take it easy. Y'all be safe now, yeah? All right. Everybody click out. Yeah. You still on the screen? All right, there it is. All right, then. Well, we had a good show today, man. We're going to do some more. I'll do another one with the scripture stuff because y'all requesting that, you know what I'm saying? So I'll get around to that. I really enjoyed everybody that came on the show. We had a very good, intelligent conversation on the show. We made some good points, asked some hard questions, got some good answers with them questions. So anyway, you know how I get down. You know what I mean? I'll be seeing y'all pretty soon. So everybody be safe out there. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe now. Like we say in the South, y'all be safe now. You hear?